Sebastian, we are up and running, dog.
Oh, we're live?
Yes, sir.
All right, welcome everyone to another call-in stream episode. This is the show where me and Larry take on Discord phone calls and get your hottest takes for One Piece theories, etc. I know you guys enjoy this. I know we do. This is a show, like I said, we get you guys to join our Discord voice channel and ask us questions. I know we try to get the calls. We weren't able to get the calls yesterday. But we set this up so that we can get the calls more often to hear from you guys. We want to engage with you guys more. We want to hear from you guys more. We want to be able to, get y'all theories. You guys have such interesting ideas and things a lot of the times. And sometimes we just can't get to them on the regular podcast because we're yapping too much or we're getting too many super chats. So we decided to have calls dedicated specifically for calls, a stream dedicated specifically for calls. So as you guys know, in order to be a caller, in order to be someone that has a guaranteed slot in participating, you have to become a warlord or higher member on our Discord tiers. So essentially, if you become a member of warlord status or higher, you'll be able to be have visibility of the call only stream voice channel, and then we'll drag you up into the VC to talk to us. You can give your takes, you can spit your theories, whatever you want to do. It's your time. We'll do our best to engage with you guys and see. For those of you that aren't able to donate or able to be a member, you still have a chance to get into the call-in streams. You just have to wait for somebody to donate your way in, or just donate yourself in. If you just aren't able to do the monthly, but you want to be able to spit one time, you can do that. Essentially, any $5 donation would allow for one person to jump in here. So be mindful of that. Be on the lookout. Put your gifted memberships on. Gifted memberships will also count towards that. So we love that the community seems to gauge well with this. Like, it's a lot of donations. It's a lot of I want to hear people give their take. So people seem to donate a lot with the call-in stream. So we love to see that. Just kind of the community engagement overall. But Larry, I'm hyped for this, man. I think it's a great time to be a One Piece fan. Elbaf's been going absolutely ape. It's been going crazy, and I'm excited for next chapter. This is a spoiler-free stream, y'all. Every stream that we have is spoiler-free, so I don't know why I need to say that, but please, if any leaks are coming out, whatever, we don't care. Don't talk about them. You will be banned. Mods, do the thing. You know what it is. But Larry, how you feeling, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Just excited to hear everybody's grand theories and takes and calls. Just want to give the heads up that we are live on Twitch. I know that YouTube doesn't allow you to become a member and get ad-free viewing. So if you want to head over to Twitch, you're more than welcome to head over to Twitch, sub up for the free ski, especially if you have an Amazon Prime membership. It's free, and you'll get free ads. And we're about to break 800 followers on Twitch, which is pretty amazing. So shout out to Yami and Don Cree, who actually headed over there. We had 11 hours ago, Sescoba became a subscribed member on Twitch as well. And to everybody that's on TikTok and Instagram, I just want to say thank you for also being here. If you guys wish to call in, you know what you got to do. Sebastian laid it all down. So come in here, do one topic only, please, because this stream could last a very long time if people ask multiple topics. And we want to get to everybody fairly, okay? So thank you to everybody that's currently here, and we hope you have a good time.
Yeah, and like Larry said, like the stream, y'all. I know we're live on multiple streaming platforms right now, which is awesome. We're engaging with that more often now. But yeah, I see there's like 84 people or so in here, but only 20 likes. Hit that like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. But I see a bunch of people in the chat right now. I see Ace 1995, Twilight Straw Hat, Benny Boy Kev. I see Eclipse, Carrie himself. I see Lisa. I see, what is that? What does that say? I can't. Marca D. Ragnos? That's a new name for me. I feel like I haven't seen that before. I see Vince Smoke Sanji, Zachary Yokes, Left Lane John Wayne, Terrence D. Jr., So many on here. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. I'm trying to get the stream likes to match the number of people that we have in here. But yeah, we did get a Nakama join the ship on YouTube. Victor White, or enjoy all the emojis that come with being a Nakama. But yeah, we only have 2 people in the call-in only stream entrance right now, so we can get Clips in here. I know he was the first person that I saw jump in there. So, you ready, Larry?
Yes,
All right.
dude. Hey, I'm first. This is what happens. First come, first serve. You can't see it. I'm sitting here millie rocking. Anywho,
What's going
hi
on,
all. How are we? What's up, Larry? I just got done watching you chuck your ramen. That was fun. Hold on, let me make sure I got y'all muted in the background. Yeah, man, I've been looking forward to this. I'm glad I'm here. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't have like a theory. I was just if anything, I just wanted to say maybe like a little debate, I guess, if we're gonna have debates and more. So Seb, I got a question for you.
What's up?
After looking at some of these things, looking at like Whitebeard stunt and all that kind of stuff on God Valley, and seeing some of his new named moves and all that kind of stuff. Do you think Blackbeard can ever be able to get up to that point to where he can be able to match anything along Whitebeard's power output, I guess is a way to say it? Because we saw in an SBS that it said that he, quote, mastered the Gura. So what did you feel like he awakened it, or just he doesn't have any drawbacks from it, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm of the belief that Blackbeard will awaken the fruit. It seems as though maybe he already has, considering the SBS said that he's mastered the ability already. I don't like to lean too heavily into what the SBSs and data books say. I like to lean more into the panels themselves. And but in general, I do think if Blackbeard's going to be like a not so much final villain, but at least a main antagonist during the final parts of the story, he should be matching at least close to what Whitebeard was putting out. The real issue is Whitebeard's able to coat his Gura attacks with advanced Conqueror's Haki. So Blackbeard might need to tap into that, and it remains to be seen whether he's a Conqueror's Haki user at all, let alone an advanced Conqueror's Haki user. So I've always rated Whitebeard really, really high. So I'd like to think Blackbeard can get to that level at some point.
Okay.
But he got some work ahead of him to do that. I'll say that much.
I get behind that, because when me and my friends were talking, Whitebeard's had his fruit for a while. I believe he's actually relatively a lot closer to his prime than what we think he is or whatever right now. Because if we're going off with what Lionel was saying, or maybe it was Lawrence, one of those two, they said between the ages of like early 40s to like mid, maybe pushing late 50s, around that time frame's your prime. If that's like the thought process we're going to be thinking behind, I believe right now, I believe Whitebeard's around like early 40s, I think.
He's 40
right now. Yeah, 40 right now. Okay, so I feel like obviously we know Whitebeard goes on to sail for a while longer, but with that, the last little bit here, how close do you think he is to his prime from what we see right now?
So from what I remember, the SPS said that Whitebeard would reach his prime, or the pinnacle of his strength, in 3 years from now. So like 3 years after God Valley.
Oh, okay.
Pinnacle. Again, I'm not a huge SPS or Viv card guy, but I remember in a debate that I was having on the Discord, somebody had mentioned that. So he's at least a couple years away from that as far as the pinnacle of his strength. It's gonna be tough for Blackbeard to get there. I know I'm a Blackbeard guy, but I don't know. I rank Whitebeard really high, bro.
Yeah,
Really?
I was just sitting here because while I was waiting, I was just listening to some of y'all's old videos and like, all right, I'm trying to give you a little bit more credence, but I still believe you are totally wilding on that Blackbeard can beat Katakuri take. You're trippindicular, with all due respect.
I, I guess, bro. I guess. Larry, what's your thoughts on the Blackbeard reaching Whitebeard and I guess just overall where he's at, where Whitebeard scales here?
Um, so I think when we talk about Prime, we talk about the 40 to 60 age gap in One Piece, right? And Blackbeard is 40 years old. He's exactly 40 years old. It just means that he has nothing holding him back health-wise, and he can fight for long, extended periods of time. And whatever he's going to get during this phase of his life is ultimately what he's going to be capable of all time when we start comparing him to others. So for me, it's like he has nothing holding him back. It's just that he just doesn't have the advanced Hakis or the awakenings, right? I think you could think whatever Oda says is what Oda says, but yo, Oda be lying all the time. And I when
Yeah.
I look at Blackbeard, I have to go off of the people he's facing, the feats he has amassed, and basically where he is in the story. And for me, I think when we talk about Prime, we also need to put on he's in his prime, but can he compete with others because of what he has now? And I would say even in his prime, he doesn't have what it takes to compete with people like Kaido and Big Mom and stuff like that. So I hope he, after reading last chapter, I realized Blackbeard's going to be very essential to beating Emu. So I'm very much hoping that he can garner the strength or somehow get what he needs to help Luffy. Because I'm at this point where like Luffy needs all the help he can get, and Blackbeard's a part of that, unfortunately. So we
Mm,
that's where I'm at with it, bro.
I'm all the
uh,
way out on that. I don't want no white Blackbeard Luffy team up whatsoever. I'm good on that. I'd rather Emu
I,
win in the end
I,
than that.
I'm with Sam on that one. I don't want to see the villain and hero have to come together to beat some other villain. Like, nah, nah. I can't get behind that. But
I'm out on that, bro.
I'm not with that either. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
appreciate y'all having me here. I love being here. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Y'all mean so much to me, and like I ain't gonna pull a Seb and be all trauma dumping, but like y'all help. Y'all help me. Y'all help so many other people, and like we thank y'all. You, the twins, shout out Marv.
Mm.
Uh all y'all, we genuinely we appreciate everything and everything y'all do. Like y'all make Mondays enjoyable. Y'all make our weeks enjoyable. Just thank y'all for everything. Genuinely,
no,
y'all the
thank
goats.
you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. All right, Clips. Have a good day, man.
We'll do you too.
All right. Next up, let's get PTKZoro in here. Actually, before that, we did get a super chat from Digital Keb, $5. It says, Rocks will unleash a Joy Boy levels Conqueror's Haki Blast to break the Domi Reversi and stop himself from murking Blackbeard, but did murk his girl. Hashtag Mexican Larry Tax.
I thought that.
Um, so basically that Rocks will break out, but he won't break out before he takes out Eris.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking. That's pretty heartbreaking. I'm not gonna lie. I could see it just because again, she's a mom in One Piece. They don't typically last long. But that sucks for Rocks, right? That he would have done that. Like he'd have to feel that for at least a brief moment before I guess he's taken out.
Mm.
I like Rocks breaking out though. I like that. But that will allow for an extra person to get in here. So let's add Diamond Life to the group of people that can get in here because he is technically a server booster. So Reaper is supposed to be here. Sorry, I'm just doing some math here. Oh, y'all on the wrong channel, man. Y'all killing me. All right. Next up, let's get PTKZoro in here. Zoro, you there? PKT, are you there? PKT going once. PKT going twice. All right, I guess we'll get somebody else in here. All right, next, I think BuzzGroove was the next person I had seen jump in. Buzz, talk to me, man. BuzzGroove, you there?
Hey.
There we go. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Chilling, man, chilling.
Man, that's great to hear.
Yeah, what's your question or theory or whatever? Hit us, man.
All right. So, for a few weeks now, I've wanted to super chat these questions, but for whatever reason, it will just not go through. Like these two specific questions, they're not even anything, but YouTube just hates them. All right. So they should be pretty quick. All right. So first one. Remember in Thriller Bark when the boys asked Robin to dock with them, and she vehemently refused. She was disgusted by it.
Mm-hmm.
Over the course of the series, she's really loosened up to the crew. So I'm wondering, would the Robin of today dock with the boys, pause, if she were ever proposed that again?
My immediate answer is no. Right?
That's fair.
But I do acknowledge that she has grown to be more what's the word I'm looking for? It's not accepting, but there's more hijinks to Robin nowadays, I feel like. Than there was in pre-time skip. Or at least during that era of pre-time skip. But docking is
that was the first
goofy.
arc.
So
yeah, docking, yeah. That was the first arc where she really started to like call them by their names and not their roles, like Nami instead of navigator, and Zoro instead of swordsman, Sanji instead of cook.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you could argue she just wasn't quite there yet. But now,
yeah, I'm wondering, because now she's like Sanji relied on her to fight Black Maria for him. They've had these heartfelt, warm moments where it's like, they rely on me. Like she basically let it be known that she loves and trusts the crew to a degree that she already had reached, but she wasn't expressing as often at that time. I still don't know if docking's on the table, man. I'm not gonna lie, Larry. What do you think? You think Robin would dock, man? You think she would dock with the boys?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She docked when she wasn't asked.
All right, but where would she be though? She'd be like one of the legs, one of the arms. She'd be in the middle, offering support with all her other arms.
Oh, she'd definitely be like the wings. She like hold on to the back.
Good.
I don't count, bro. Creating wings doesn't count. You
Listen,
gotta
bro.
be held. You
Sebastian.
gotta be in the dock, bro.
Sebastian, look it. I know your inexperience with Power Rangers is showing right now, but like they used to have Kimberly, she used to have the pterodactyl, and she used to just sit right on the back of this huge Megazord, and she used to make it fly. So I think that's what would happen with Robin. She'd be like the wings, like Kimberly.
Okay. You don't gotta call me out about my ignorance to Power Rangers, all right?
No, I need to, bro. It's pretty bad. It's missed childhood.
Listen, bro.
Oh, there you go. More childhood trauma, bro.
You brought it up. I didn't. All right. Well, appreciate you being here, bud. And thank you for. I think you're a Yonko, right? Or Warlord?
A warlord. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Yeah, of course. Love you guys.
Much
Have a good
love,
night.
man. See you later.
Yeah, y'all as well.
Okay.
Oh, snap. Almost moved you out of here. All right, we did get another couple super chats. $2 from Mozzarella. It says Garp really hit emo and didn't get fired. I mean, some people just like that, bro. Too valuable to get dismissed, you know?
Sebastian punched his boss before.
No, I didn't. That's not true. What are you talking about? Talking about? I didn't punch my boss. We got another 4 months at Nakama status on YouTube from Fremos. It says, keep grinding, guys. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah. I see Toby jumped in here. Toby, what's going on, bro?
What's up, bro? What's up, Larry?
Hey, what up, bro?
How y'all doing?
Chillin', man.
Good, bro. Good, man. You got a theory for us or a question? What's up, bro? You in the call in,
I got a
bro.
rant. I got a rant.
You got a rant. Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
it's about Roger and his rivals, bro. I don't know if I talked about that yet, but bro, it's been so disappointing, bro. Roger and his rivals have been so disappointing, and when I'm talking about Garp, Whitebeard, and Rocks. Whitebeard was the first we got introduced to, right? And we ended up finding out that he wasn't even his rival for real. He helped. Not only was he not interested in the One Piece, but he helped him get to the One Piece. So that was disappointing for me. Then we got Rocks. He was the next one. And in my mind, I was like, okay, he's going to be what Whitebeard was supposed to be, right? No. We found out that, yeah, they bumped heads a few times, but it wasn't really nothing for real. It wasn't nothing for real. And most of it was over a girl, bro. Like, that's really it. And Rocks, he was even after the One Piece. He was after the world government. So that was just Rocks is a character's peak, but in terms of being Roger's rival, that was disappointing. And then we got Garp. Garp is basically our last hope. And what it looks like is that he's just a glazer. All right, he don't got a real reason to be going after Roger. Because in the Rocks era, you would think that in the Rocks era, Garp at least would be prioritizing both the Rocks and Roger. No, he's prioritizing Roger over Rocks in the Rocks era. And I don't know why. Like maybe we'll get more backstory on that. But it looks like he's just glazing. He ain't doing his job. He's just glazing. So Roger's 3 biggest rivals have all been fake, basically. Like, it's not nothing for him. And he took care of his kid. Like, come on, bro. Like, am I tripping? Y'all let me know if I'm tripping.
I get what you mean, right? Like the rivalries haven't been what's the word I'm looking for? The rivalries themselves haven't been legendary to us right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think my issue with this is that, how do I say this? Roger was always supposed to be a larger than life character, right? So it was going to be weird to see him. It's already people have already trashed him for not showing out as well as he should have in the flashback, like simping over Shaggy, et cetera, et cetera. So it was going to be weird to have him going toe to toe with people in life or death situations. And it seems as though everything that happened before God Valley, Roger was kind of just, I don't want to say lollygagging, but he was just kind of adventuring, doing his own thing. He wasn't a man with a purpose yet. So God Valley is like the birth of the Roger that we know, or at least that the legend of Roger that we know. But like the rivalries that came before this moment aren't really too big. I hope I'm making sense with that. Like this is like the birth of what the legend was. Like he was already great, but now he's going to become the Roger that we've heard the tales about after this moment in time. So it sucks that Rox ends up being like the sacrificial lamb to basically create or more focused or more purposeful Roger. But after that, you know, he has his duels with Whitebeard. He has his situations with Garp, but those were the rivals, as it were. And I can agree with you that like he's never had a really aggressive relationship with Whitebeard. And then the Roger Garp thing has been like a elevated Smoker Luffy, just at a stronger level. So it's like, I don't know. It's hard to say that I'm disappointed in the rivalries myself, because I'm not. I didn't expect there to be anything too crazy in that light from the jump, because I always looked at Roger as kind of above most people anyway. So it's like, you know, I didn't have any like, oh, he's going to be going life and death with Garp right now. He's going to be going life and death with Whitebeard right now. He's going to be going life and death with Roger. I mean, Rox was a maybe, but that was more because I thought that Rox was stronger than Roger at this time. You know, so I don't know. I haven't been disappointed in the rivalries. I've liked the dynamics that I've gotten from them, and in general, like Roger he gonna Roger, bro. He kicked his feet up when he went to Hachinosu. He's having this moment with Garp where it's like they're butting heads about like whose attack landed stronger on Emu. I don't know. I haven't been disappointed. I've been enjoying the rivalry dynamic between them more so than hitting them against each other, as far as like, oh, how come they're not going all out to take each other out, kind of a thing. But I don't know, Larry, how do you feel about that? That's a different angle. I haven't heard anybody say that yet.
I just feel like Roger didn't have any rivals, really.
That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's
they made us think he did and he didn't.
Yeah. It's starting to look like Roger was on his own mission and nobody else was there to challenge him. And I think that's the most eye-opening thing about Roger's history right now. And it's kind of like we thought this man who happened to be this great legend had all this competition leading up to the One Piece. Meanwhile, nobody was really going after it. And granted, nobody had knowledge or had gone to Roadstar, right? Like they probably were looking for it, but it was like, that's the end of the road, right? And what do we get out of it? Probably nothing. There's no real treasure, right, on this island. Information only goes so far. And it's like the only person who knew that there was an extra island was Roger. So it's kind of like he was on a race by himself. So you have Whitebeard. He obviously doesn't want to do much with the One Piece his whole life. So basically him and Roger don't really have a rivalry. They have like a friendship rivalry where they just like to fight each other. And then you got Garp, who's constantly glazing Roger for some odd apparent reason, and that happens to be his biggest competition, I guess, in terms of looking for the One Piece, right? It's like, oh man, this crazy guy who just loves fighting me just comes out of nowhere and just interrupts my journey sometimes. And it reminds you, it's like, all right, so was Sudo and Doflamingo the same type of rivalry as like Garp and Roger? Seems like it. Is it like Smoker and Luffy? Seems like it. But did Sudo ever really get in the way of Doflamingo at all? Sometimes not. Later in his career, not really. Smoker dissipated at this point. So it's like, how long was Garp in that mode of stopping Roger? Probably not a lot either, if history repeats itself. And then you got Rox, who happens to have an era named after him, and he's not even looking for the One Piece because he's trying to accomplish what the One Piece probably tells Roger to do. So it's like, when you look at it, it's like, all right, cool. At this point, it's like everything that happens after Roger is gone, his rivals already become his rivals. Like, but he's not there because he passed away. So it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like the only rival, and I know this is going to sound controversial as hell, the only rival he really had was Odin, bro. Odin had the ability because Odin had the territories, he had the ability, he had the knowledge, he had the One Piece. Like, Odin probably was the closest Yonko we've ever received to getting one before the Yonkos became Yonkos. It's just, he had everything.
But why
Odin had all the tools? Odin had all the tools, but he was never directly a rival.
Put it this way.
Why Odin over Shiki?
Because Odin had an ancient weapon in his back pocket.
that he didn't utilize. He didn't. I don't know if he knew it was there or not.
No, he knew it. He knew it was there.
Do we know that?
He knew it was there, Sebastian, because that's the reason why he wanted to open up the borders too. Of Wano.
We don't have confirmation that Odin knew that the ancient weapon was there.
All right, put it this way. There is no confirmation. You're absolutely right. He read the One Piece. What is the likelihood that he knew that Pluton was there? What's the percentage compared to it not being there? You know, him not knowing.
No. My issue is, okay. So I'm timelining here. As far as a rival to Roger, once he's on the crew, he's not a rival to Roger anymore. Like that's, like, you know what I mean? So the rivalry to Roger was so short lived. Like I've never considered Odin a rival to Roger at any point. Because even when he met Odin, the dude was his other rival's subordinate.
You're not listening.
Like, there was never a time where he was like, yo, this guy's a contemporary to me, for real.
You're not listening. In terms of being Pirate King, in terms of finding the One Piece, that's what I was talking about in terms of Roger's rivalry, because we could go about strength versus anybody for days, right? But that doesn't necessarily make you a rival, right? Luffy and Kid are not the same strength level, yet they're considered rivals. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is Odin had everything to rival Roger and had more than Roger actually had. That was his true rival because Odin accomplished just as much as Roger and had more because he could actually affect the world by using an ancient weapon if he chose to. Plus, he has Zunisha in his back pocket. Plus, he probably knows everything about the Kozukis and how they affected the world today. Like, bro was he literally could have took action if he wanted to. He could have rounded up all of Wano. They have sea stone bullets. This is where sea stone comes from. This is how sea stone's utilized. Like, bro, put sea stone into a sword. Like, I know Rio. We have all these grand things in our back pocket. If I so chose to, I could have did something with. And I just didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he becomes Daimyo, like, bruh, come on.
What's it gonna do? You can't beat Roger. None of that matters if you can't beat Roger, bro. Like, here's my issue with what we're saying right now, is that we're acting as though the One Piece was widely known as a thing before Roger made it widely known. Roger was just trying to get to the last island.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that wasn't even something Odin was technically trying to do. Odin was just trying to escape Wano. Like, leave from Wano. The second he left Wano, he started accomplishing his dream because he started sailing around and doing the thing. Roger was trying to get to the last island. If you want to say nobody else is trying to get to the last island, therefore Roger's rivals are fraudulent or not real, cool. But, like, that wasn't even what Odin was trying to do. It wasn't until Roger put that in Odin's mind to be like, oh, this is what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm down for that, and I want to be a part of the crew that does that. Like, if we're saying that Whitebeard's not a rival because he didn't want to do that, then, like, we can't be like Odin's a rival because he coulda, woulda, shoulda with some ancient weapon that he may or may not have known was there before he even met Roger.
No, you're not listening.
Like,
you're not listening.
What you mean?
So the point is, everything Roger amassed after finding the One Piece and such, he never had anybody else going after it the way he did. There was no competition. So when he found it, he became the Pirate King. And because he was the Pirate King, everybody else that was considered a rival wasn't actually a rival because they never went after the One Piece, right? Your rivals are the people that's trying to stand in your way from accomplishing something. It doesn't always amount to who's stronger. So the goal of being Pirate King, Luffy has his counterparts like Kid, right? It's not about the strength aspect. It's more about the, how am I going to get to this faster than you? If so, we're going to have to fight for it eventually. Since Roger didn't have any contemporaries that were searching for the One Piece as he was, he didn't have any adversaries in order to accomplish it. After accomplishing it, the only other person that could amount to Roger's greatness or accomplishments, or it could even amount to something about doing something with that information to the world, was Odin. So what I'm saying is Odin became a rival after they both found the One Piece. That was Roger's rival after that. Everybody else is not. There's nothing there.
Nothing.
I guess my issue with this is the thought process that you have to be after the same thing and or actively trying to stop someone to be their rival. I would consider Shanks and Mihawk rivals. They're not actively trying to stop each other from doing anything.
I mean, they was rivals at one point.
Yeah, they were rivals in the past, but not anymore.
Why would they be rivals now? What does Mihawk and Shanks got in common?
They're both at the top of the game during the same era. That's a part of it.
But that's like saying
that's the whole. Like Big Mom is a Roger rival technically, like she just is because she was in her prime the same time Roger was in his prime, and they were both pirates at the top of the pirate game. And even to relate it to Roger's goal, she housed a road poneglyph. He had to go steal one from her island.
Put it this way,
she's
Seb.
technically a rival. She's just not on his level.
Put it this way, Seb. Do you consider Tom Brady and Michael Jordan rivals?
No.
Right, because they play different sports. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got Mihawk wanting to become the strongest swordsman. Meanwhile, Shanks is trying to become the Pirate King. And then one openly admits that one path is more perilous than the other.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, Shanks and Mihawk might have been rivals in the beginning, for sure. That's okay. Yeah. But once Shanks decided to go to like the league, it was like, oh, bet. Like, all right, now now he has other rivals. Shanks's rival is Blackbeard. Shanks's rival is Luffy. All the people that are actually going after the One Piece. Meanwhile, Mihawk is under Buggy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get what you're saying, but I do think that you have to have the same goal as somebody else in order to consider them your rival. And then they have to match your greatness.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree personally, but I like Odin and Kaido don't have the same goals, but they're rivals. You know what I'm saying? Technically,
are they?
You wouldn't consider Odin and Kaido rivals?
I mean, yeah, because they were both fighting for Wano. But
that's what I mean. Like Kaido and Whitebeard are rivals, right? They don't have the same goals.
I wouldn't say Kaido and Whitebeard.
Oh, I mean, I have a more broad view of what rivals means, I guess, than y'all do.
Yeah,
which
your
is
definition
fine.
of rivals might be different from ours.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's fine. Like if it was who's the GOAT, yeah, Michael Jordan and Tom Brady can be considered rivals in the GOAT conversation. But if you're talking about within the realm of their sports, like, no, I get what y'all are saying. I just have a broader view of the term itself, I guess.
I probably wouldn't even consider Odin and Kaido rivals either. I would consider them just straight enemies, dog. like, yo, you came to my home and took it over and enslaved people. I'm sorry. Do you not know who I am? And the thing is, because Kaido stayed in Wano, it's more like I wouldn't even say it's like an adversary either, but it's closer to an adversary than it is a rival, dog. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, bro. That's my op for real. Like, you stepped into my hood and like started saying this is my block, and now I gotta come and handle you because you disrespecting, my peoples. That don't make you my rival.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because Luffy and Shanks are cool, but they're technically rivals. So I get that.
I guess arch nemesis and rival aren't the same.
Yeah.
So.
Like, would you consider Sonic and Dr. Robotnik like rivals? I know it's a stupid analogy.
It makes perfect sense though. It does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
within the realm of what we're saying, because Dr. Robotnik is Sonic's arch nemesis. Like, but I wouldn't consider him his rival. So I get you. That actually works. That really works. Okay. I mean, Toby, I appreciate that, man. Like, that's a new perspective, bro. I know Roger's rivals was hurting you like that, bro.
It was weighing on me, bro. It was weighing on me.
Yeah, you guys are so funny.
I'd be excited for these rivalries, bro, and then they just They don't be nothing for real.
Listen, you know what you need to do? You need to read Kingdom. That's where you get real rivalries. Kingdom and Ippo.
Yo,
That's when
that's
you
a
get
lot of
real
reading,
rivalries.
though.
You know what I'm saying? Kingdom,
That's
Ippo,
a lot.
Gameron. Real rivalries are out there for you, Toby. Not this fake rivalry stuff in One Piece. You know what I'm saying?
It might be Disney Piece, bro. I'm putting allegations out there before anybody else does. It might be Disney Piece. No deaths, no rivalries. I'm telling you, bro. 5 years from now, people start saying it. Remember this. Disney Piece. I said it first.
All right, brother.
All right, Toby. I mean, you can stick around if you want, but we're gonna
Yeah.
get other people in here, bro.
Bet.
Let's read some of these super chats. So,
yeah,
I don't even know where we're left off at.
I got it. All right, we got 10 Australian from Takeem. It says, was listening to Larry's reaction to the chapter while driving and thought audio cut out. Stopped at a traffic light and glanced at my phone and seen him sweeping. LMAO, hashtag what the pasta do.
Yeah, I didn't clean it up yet. Like I didn't clean it up. Like it's right here, bro.
You still haven't like actually swept it up? Like
I haven't.
It's swept in a corner and not like put in a garbage?
I'm reminding myself never to get that upset again.
That's how you get ants, bro. Get rid of that. Get rid of that, bro. We got another 3 months at Nakama status from Antonio Freeman. It says Joy Boy equals giant and Davy Jones equals fishman. 1%. You never know. We don't know enough about either of these people to give hard takes on like whether or not dudes are specific races or not. Right? Another 5 from Thomas Burke. Could it be they stopped the human hunting competition and that's how Garp justifies staying? Do you think they had another competition after God Valley?
I don't know if they would do that just for Garp. They don't care what Garp think.
Garp go crazy, bro.
They said, shut up.
Crazy. Garp go kind of crazy. Garp the strongest fighter they got. If I think they might capitulate to something for Garp. I do. Especially if it ain't working.
Like, yo, here, the mascot of the Marines, yo. That's your reward. Shut up and leave.
Another 5 from Gaidimon. It says, if Luffy died, who would attend his funeral? And who would be the last to leave his grave? Hashtag Nami will leave last. Hashtag Barto would die on the spot. He's gonna have a lot of people at the funeral. It's hard to get an exact number of people that'll be there, but it would be in the thousands, I think. At least the hundreds. Last to leave?
Zoro.
I was gonna go Zoro as well. Nami's a good shout too, though, I think. One of those two. Maybe Brook, just because of all the negativity he's gone through his whole life with the passing of crewmates. Trying to figure out a way to bring him back to life, kind of a thing. But I don't know. Another 5 from Anthony. It says, so Roger had Joy Boy's straw hat when he met Rayleigh. How come we haven't seen it at all in the flashback? We definitely did see Roger with the straw hat multiple times throughout this flashback.
Yeah, we saw the last chapter.
Am I tripping? I think even the last chapter, yeah, he had a straw hat on.
When he was looking up at rocks.
Hanging. Yeah. We got another 10 from Lil DJ 56. It says, Emo and Rocks didn't refer to Davy Jones as Davy D. Jones. So is it possible that he was a mentor figure to Joy Boy or someone he looked up to, which led him to create the D clan in his name? Very possible. It's an interesting thought process right there. Yeah. Thoughts, Larry?
Nah, no thoughts.
Okay. Another 5 from JJ. It says, can Hoodie Jones somehow be related to Davy Jones? LOL. I hope not. But if the other super chat about Davy Jones being a fishman is true, I mean, it would add to that. So. And then another 2 from Josie Dirts. Sega used to say Sonic and Knuckle are rivals. LOL. And another 280 from Type Vonte. It says, Larmu the Pasta Chucker, new hashtag. All right,
So
we did get with that. What?
I was gonna say the reason why they considered Sonic and Knuckles rivals is because they were both going after the Master Emerald, if I remember correctly.
Okay, makes sense. All right. Let's get another couple people in here. I think MiracleDMayo requested to go next. I think he has somewhere to go, so I'll drop him in here soon. Mayo, you there?
Yo,
How's it going, man?
yo, what's going on? Yo, I gotta kind of, I don't know, I'm a little bit confused. So when you guys talk about Conqueror's Haki and saying that's kind of like the all be all of beating Gorosei or Holy Knights, don't you think that's a little bit of a stretch?
Why do you say that?
Only because we've only seen them get damage. We haven't seen one be, or yeah, we haven't seen, or wait a second. We've only seen them being damaged. We haven't seen them been taken out.
Okay. The reason why most people lean into the Conqueror's Haki element is because of what I want to say what Gabon said when he said, be mindful how you utilize Conqueror's Haki. He didn't dabble into any other means or any other suggestions or anything in that moment. Basically, the island's getting ran down on and his kid is in danger. And he basically said, hey, utilize your Conqueror's Haki in a specific way. That's how you win this fight. So, granted, I don't know how many of these people Gabon has run into over time. I don't know if he's ever defeated one himself. I don't know. I don't know anything really yet. But couple that with what we saw from Luffy utilizing Gear 5 and not Conqueror's Haki on Egghead and how relatively unsuccessful he was in defeating them, I think it's safe to say that Conqueror's Haki is going to be the way you defeat them, just kind of where we're at right now. It could be something else. Like, I'm not dismissing it as a possibility, but I think that's our best bet right now. Especially because so little people actually have the ability. Like, it's not something that everybody and their mom is able to just whip out and utilize. And we can take out Gorosei members because we can do this or that. It's like, okay, you have to be a select few, and then of those select few, you have to have an elevated, like, advanced version of that ability to even, stand a chance or stand a, like, have a increased odds, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
I guess the increased odds would be like a better way to put it. Mm-hmm. But I've also seen Garling take a slash from rocks, and I also just saw 6 crazy Conquerors take a shot at Emu, and he really just shook it off. I'm curious to see what this next Haki awakening or this next boost and power scaling after this, because it's honestly, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think the conversation came up yesterday on the pod. Like Larry was saying, it seems like it might be a conjunction where you have to have specific types of devil fruits or special fruits with advanced Conqueror's Haki to make this happen. And Joy Boy's fruit, obviously, I mean, the Nika fruit obviously being like the one. Maybe I think Larry alluded to the Yami Yami yesterday. I think it was Larry or something in regards to.
Yeah, I was listening to it today. It was something like that.
Yeah. Other special fruits that allow this, maybe the flame fruit. I'm not all the way there yet, but we'll see. I'm not sure.
I think it really just boosts the Gorosei, and people are really turning them down. But I think that gives them a boost, because in any way, shape, or form, I think all Gorosei and probably most of the Holy Knights, depending on how long they've been there, can go ahead and get that emu boost. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then why are you brother calling us hockey chuckers? When he said that, why'd I get offended?
Why did you get offended, bro? Do you carry a sword? Why would you be offended by that?
I just feel like I wouldn't have a devil fruit after that because my hockey be chucking. Why he put an ER at it? That's what I'm saying. He really emphasized on that hockey chuckers.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. And then another thing, Do you think that the world government or the Marines have like how do I phrase this? Like a devil fruit bank, and then once you become a certain rank, you could kind of pick where you're going, whether it be Logia for admirals, if like vice admirals can take a paramecia or something other.
I don't. It would be cool if they did, but I don't think they do. Personally.
Like imagine final fight, and then all of a sudden you see all the Marines just go into this devil fruit bank and just swiping devil fruits to man Emu's army. I don't know. Probably not, but crazy theory.
I mean, it would be wild to see.
I do have a little theory about the Conqueror's Haki thing, though.
I need that.
All right, so I think no matter what in the series, you need Conqueror's Haki in order to be the strongest in the show. And
True.
Emu himself has exuded Conqueror's Haki many times so far, right?
Yep.
So you definitely need it in order to combat others who have it. If you don't have it, then you're just going to be weaker than other people. I think because we got the utilization part from Gaban, it's meant to tell us how we can effectively use Conqueror's Haki in a way that does put these immortal people down. And I say that because I just reminded myself when Dorian Bragi spoke about Joy Boy's Haki knot with Emmett, they didn't technically speak on the strength of it, but they spoke on the intent of the Conqueror's Haki knot and how it was similar to Shanks's intent. So I think if you're coming from a place of malice using Conqueror's Haki, then you're going to get what you got with Emu and the 6 people that attacked him in the latest chapter. I think realistically, if they had a different intent with their Conqueror's Haki, they might have damaged Emu, believe it or not, because why? Joy Boy's Haki knot, since the intent was different, it literally took the Gorosei out of their Zoan forms and then even pushed them back through the Abyss pentagrams, and they were all of a sudden at Marijoa in their human forms. So we do know that Conqueror's Haki does have an effect on Emu and Emu's powers. It's most likely what's the intent of your Conqueror's Haki now. So I think once the characters start learning that aspect, they're going to become much stronger where they can handle people like Emu.
Yeah, that makes sense, but wouldn't that go back into like the pure heart kind of intention? Is that kind of like what you're going into? And you were saying you didn't really like that.
I think it goes to, have you watched the new Infinity Castle movie with Demon Slayer?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You remember Tanjiro when they went into that empty space void where he was able to like see everything and he didn't have any like malice in his attacks, so he was able to land on the top 3 demon?
Yeah, he didn't have like the fighting spirit. He was just doing it.
Yeah, I think that's what Shanks is doing. I think Shanks has tapped into that because every time we see Shanks, he necessarily doesn't always look angry. Or he doesn't look like he's always trying to hurt people. He's very different from the other Yonko like Kaido and Big Mom. And I think that's why the intent matters. So I could probably cut off your arm, but it's not like I want to cut off your arm. It's just that I'm gonna. I don't know. It seems like there's a bit of calmness or peacefulness behind the intent of using your Conqueror's Haki.
I mean, if you're going that way, you can go back to like one of the first episodes when those bandits threw all that stuff at Shanks and he was just like, God, it's not even worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I think that might be it, bro.
I think that's the big reveal that I want from Elbaf at everything. Is what does it take to permanently put down a Gorosei member or a Holy Knight?
We gonna have to find out.
I know we can't move on from Elbaf, or we can't move on in the story, or to get to the end until we get that like big factor.
All right, Mayo. Appreciate the call, man. Yeah.
Talk to you.
All right, talk to you later,
have
bro.
a good night. All right, we got a couple more super chats that we'll read before we get to the next caller. We got $2 from Titan231. It says, hey, how's it going? Another 7 months at Nakama status from Martin Calderon. It says, love you guys, but why do you keep switching days? Hashtag top. Blame Larry. The days being inconsistent is Larry. All Larry.
Yeah. It's Halloween
But we
week,
can
bro.
probably dedicate them to Tuesdays going forward if you want, Larry. I don't know if it's better for you.
Seems like the vibe.
Okay. Yeah, there'll be a Tuesday call-in stream, and we never change the days for DDT. So, next, 5 from Dexty. It says, I'm at work, but I'm glad I can still listen to the goats. Y'all definitely make the day better with the rockstar emoji. Hashtag Larry D Custodian. Hashtag Seb D Instigator. Thank you, Des. Another 10 from Regal Sloth. It says, last stream, you guys said Haki can't overcome pre-existing forces such as gravity. And if Fuji manipulates a pre-existing force, how is it that now so suddenly vulnerable to Haki? I don't get that. That was something I think you and Lionel were discussing a little bit in more detail. I don't know if you want to elaborate, Larry.
I don't remember the pre-existing forces such as gravity, but listen, man, with Haki you could almost do anything. So
yeah. Thank you, Regal. Another 5 Australian from Daimyo Dial. It says, shout out to my favorite pod. One day I'll call in. Keep up the good work, guys. Hashtag Hockey Chucka. Hashtag Busted Open. Hashtag Topped on Top. Hashtag Aussie fan. Hashtag Dill not dial, Seb. My bad. Dill. I'll try to remember that. But all right.
Thank you to G1 for following us on Twitch.
All right, let's get
It's so funny.
Let's get Guy Demon in here. Guymon, you there?
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Mine's not really a theory again. It's just some series of events I'd be thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know how Marijoa is getting attacked right now?
Yeah.
How would you guys feel if the revolutionary army was attacking Marijoa, and then Blackbeard was also attacking Marijoa, flying under the rug under them, and we know that Shamrock's got called back to Marijoa. So what if Blackbeard runs into Shamrock, thinks it's Shanks, and is like, "Yo, Shanks, what are you doing here? Like, why are you even here?" He pulls out his sword, and the Cerberus comes out, and then Blackbeard, he's gonna know that Shanks doesn't use devil fruits, so he takes Shamrock's sword away from him, and that's how he gets his third fruit.
Mm-hmm. I'd like the idea of the revolutionaries attacking Marijoa, and that Blackbeard would also be using them as a cover to get up there himself. I also like the idea of Blackbeard running into Shamrock. I don't like the idea of the Cerberus fruit being the third fruit, because to me, it's just a little underwhelming at this point.
Yeah.
Also, I think a lot of people leaned into the Cerberus fruit as a option to answer the question as to how Blackbeard was able to house multiple fruits already. If he's already got the 2 fruits and then gets the Cerberus fruit, it would be turning that on its head. But I just don't think it works. I don't think it buffs Blackbeard to the degree that I would need it to.
What if he gives it to like someone from his crew?
Oh, just taking the fruit in general.
He doesn't. What if he doesn't like necessarily have to beat Shamrock, but like what if Shamrock gets Gart back, but he takes his sword or like something like that? You know what I mean?
No, I'd be with that.
Like you know how he fought Law, but he didn't necessarily he didn't kill Law, but he still had his hat or something like that. Like what if that happens? Like he ends up leaving with Shamrock's sword.
I'd be with that. I would be interested to see how Blackbeard interacts with Shamrock in general, because it's like, I wonder if he would immediately know if he's not Shanks because of the scar. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that something that Blackbeard would be like?
And if he is attacking Marijoa, Shamrock's got called back from Elbaf to help defend it. So I could see them like running into each other or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it would be dope to see.
Low key, I kind of want to see Blackbeard do a native hunting competition on Marijoa.
Yo, that'd
be crazy.
That would be fire. I mean,
I'm serious, bro.
It would be cool. I'm trying to think of how he would be able to pull.
And then the cross guild hears about it, and they're like free Marines.
And then like all the devil fruits that Blackbeard happened to steal, he tells the Celestial Dragons like, or his pirate crew who's on like Pirate Island, they can all win, depending on how many Celestial CDs they murk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could still remember what happened at God Valley.
And then all of a sudden, there's Shamrock, and he's up like Shaki was.
Blackbeard never sleeps, so he never forgets anything.
Tell you, bro. That would be crazy, right? Shamrock's the prize. He has the Cerebus fruit. He has all these other fruits, and he just tells the CDs.
Making Shamrock the prize is crazy.
They talk about how pretty he is.
All right, now we going too far.
Blackbeard scars both Shanks and Shamrock.
Scar Garling too? Why not? The whole family can get it. All right, Gaidimon. That was an interesting theory, man. I like that one.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, have a good night.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. You as well.
All right. We did get another couple super chats, so we'll read those real quick. Or at least just one. $5 from JD Como. It says Larry's theory might be why the Nika fruit is wanted by the Gorosei. In Nika form, Luffy has no malice. Maybe. Possible.
Yo.
What's up?
This dude said, "Nah, Larry, keep going. I'm almost finished."
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all wildin', bro.
I'm sorry,
it's still
bro.
PG-13 over here.
You gotta get a 1 minute timeout for that, bro.
Who said that, bro? She can, man. Chill out, bro.
Yo, you gotta get a 1 minute for that, bro. Just take 1 minute to yourself, dog.
Absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Let's get the next caller in here. Let's go with Alkazar. Alkazar, talk to me, man. You there?
Yes. Hello. How are you guys?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Good. Thanks for asking. Yeah. So I wanted to share a theory from a while ago, or from the last time I was on the pod and we were talking about the Aztecs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go too deep into the depth. I kind of want to just focus on what I pulled from that this time.
Okay.
So, I think that Uranus again is the dragon from the mural with green blood, and I'm going to kind of explain why later. But I think that Ryuma slayed that dragon 400 years ago, and I think that Uranus is reborn as frequently as Poseidon is born, or the mermaid princess. I think that the Torino birds from the Torino kingdom, and Torino literally means bird, I think they birthed Uranus, similar to how the mermaid princess is born in a way. And I think that the egg on the Oral Jackson on Roger's ship was Uranus. I think that Vivi is the rebirth of the rain god. I think that Uranus, I know this is crazy, I think that Uranus has the voice of all things, and is currently Domi reversied by Emu. And Vivi is one of the only people that can stop the dragon from being Domi reversied, because she's like the mermaid princess for Uranus. Now, why? I'm gonna just focus on like the key parts of the evidence. So Uranus literally means heaven or sky. So I think Uranus has to do something with the heaven or the sky. The Torino bird necks, from the Torino Kingdom, looks the exact same necks as the dragon from the Monsters film, that Oda made, which we know is based off of Ryuma. We know everything in the story isn't to the point canon, but the overall theme of Ryuma being the greatest swordsman and slaying the dragon, that is canon. Dragon necks look just like the Torino bird's neck. The South birds from Jaya and eventually Upper Yar, they're always facing south. And the Torino Kingdom is in the south, south blue. Maybe they're looking towards their sovereign. And I think that the mother flame is needed because Uranus has a Lunarian flame and it needs to be recharged. You can't just spam it. So the mother flame is allowing Imu to spam it. So yes, Imu is an ancient weapon, but you can't use it. Maybe you can only use it once every century or once every decade or something like that. But the mother flame is allowing them to spam Uranus. And another interesting thing about the South birds, they were intelligent, always facing south. And when they got to Upper Yard, they became bigger. They became bigger birds. And yeah, that's kind of also King. When he his final attack against Zoro, he made a giant flame dragon, which maybe was hinting. I also think that Lunarians were made from the first Uranus dying, and I think that's how I think that was mixed with humans to create Lunarians. Yeah, so.
Okay, so the piece about Vivi and how she can control it. Maybe you lost me a little bit there. Can you re-elaborate that piece a little bit for me?
Yes. So I'm trying to figure out why Vivi is so important to Imu.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Vivi hasn't done anything really significant in the story. Why are you so significant and you haven't done anything? So I feel like it has to be something genetic, like we all assume. Some people assume it's the rebirth of Princess Lily Nefertari. And the main reasons I think it's Vivi is just thematic parallels. So on Alabasta, it was a desert, and at first it was the sun, right? It was the sun, it was a desert, and then in the end, it rained. And that's pretty much the only reason why I think Vivi is the rain god. I also think it would fit pretty good into the story. It's just that, you know, the mermaid princess, like how would Vivi be? I don't know. But that's the weakest part of everything that I said. So, I also think that the last thing that I think is that I think that Emu is somehow put inside of the body of the forest god. I don't know how. I just think she's inside of the body of the forest god, and the forest god died, and I think the will was reborn into Chopper. So it's the last part. But yeah, I don't. That's the Vivi part. I don't have much evidence for that. I'm really confident about the Uranus.
Okay. No, I like it. I don't have much pushback, honestly. That was that one piece. I was like, how does Vivi fit in? But you're right.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be really important. She seemingly is a descendant of a D-Clan member that was important to Emu on some level. People have always had the love triangle theory and stuff with Joy Boy and Emu or Nika and Emu, who knows? But
I don't want to. I just hope that Joy Boy isn't like isn't looking at Lily like Roger's looking at Shaki. I just hope that doesn't happen personally.
Yeah, I think I got enough of the Pirate King simp.
Yeah, please.
But
yeah, that was my theory. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to like make you guys do anything. I would really appreciate if a poll can go up. Like, is Uranus a dragon?
I'll put one up. I got you.
Thank you. All right, yeah. See you guys.
Thank you, bro. See you.
Yeah. Peace.
I should have put that poll up earlier. That's my bad. We did get another super chat from Gotti Moen, $2. It says, "Who would the Straw Hats dress up as for Halloween?"
Who would they dress up as for Halloween?
Yeah.
Luffy would be a pumpkin.
A pumpkin?
Yeah, Usopp a scarecrow. Nami a cat. Robin probably a zombie. Brook would be a skeleton. He wouldn't change.
What would Jinbei be, bro?
Jinbei? Jinbei would probably be like. What would Jinbei be? Jinbei would probably be a ghost.
A ghost?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Chopper would
Huh?
probably be dressed as a doctor, like an actual doctor. I think the hard one is Sanji.
He'd be a prince or some dumb crap like that. You
He'd
know?
probably be like a lion or like a Tin Man.
Tin Man.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking of like actual characters, but you went with animals and stuff. So okay.
Zoro would be Ghostface.
Ghostface?
Yeah.
Nah, Zoro would
got
be
the sword.
blackface.
Zoro would be a cop, man.
All right, bro.
Zoro would be
Zoro would be a police
blackface.
officer.
He'd paint his
Yo,
face
chill.
black. He'd paint his face
Man.
black and wear his lips red, bro. It'd be the most offensive thing
Oh.
ever, bro.
Zoro would dress up as Vegeta just to make Toby cream his pants, man. That'll set
Bro.
Toby off.
What's going on, bro?
Bro,
What's going on, bro? What are we
Hey.
talking about, bro?
I ain't denying nothing.
What?
We did get another 2 from Ace. It says, I'm not a member, but I got a theory you haven't heard. Well, Ace, if you donate 5, we can get you in here. Technically.
I got 5 on it.
All right. Let's get to the next caller. We'll go with TWeezy.
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 Yo, what's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
What's going on, man? I gotta ask you, is your name a reference to
Wayne?
Weezy? Or is it just Lil Wayne? Okay, just check.
Well, it's more of a reference to my cousin. He passed away. He was a big Lil Wayne fan. I mean, I like Lil Wayne myself, but he was his nickname was Jay Weezy, and so like he had gave me the nickname T Weezy. So that's why I've always stuck with it.
Okay.
But
Well,
like
I'm sorry to hear that.
nah, it's cool. It's cool. My brand stuff is like welcome to Weezyville because like I'm welcoming people into like my community, stuff like that. Still trying to get all that stuff built and whatnot. But all right, look, I wanted to talk to y'all because I was watching y'all's pod. I've rarely caught y'all's pods live, and I got on there last night, and y'all were wrapping up the end of the chapter, and I have to say that was a crazy ass chapter. I did not expect Emu to be that powerful, especially after we seen what we seen in I forget what chapter it was, but he just popped up in the flower room and Emu didn't do nothing about it. So that just was like, at that moment in time, I thought Rox was stronger, like, or not stronger, but at least damn near on par. But then when we seen this, I said, okay, nah, like Emu wasn't even there in person, so Emu is more strong. Emu has to be stronger than that,
Yeah.
But y'all brought up the fact of Domi Reversi Luffy, and I wanted to talk about that because I do think that Emu is going to try that, just like with Rox, because of the hatred that Emu has for Joy Boy and really the fear that Emu has of Joy Boy. I could see that happening, but Emu's what's the word I'm looking for? The thing that Emu's gonna miss is that Emu doesn't really know where Luffy was born, and I could be wrong, but wasn't it stated he was raised on Fuchsia Village? He wasn't born. They didn't say he was exactly born there, right?
Yes.
Because I did go back and look at that a while back, and I did think it said he was raised. So they didn't specifically say he was born there. Now I think he was born on the sea, and this is another reason why he will not be able to be affected by Domi Reversi. And I do believe that Domi Reversi is the homeland thing. It makes more sense, and I also do believe that that's why the celestial dragons are all gathered up in one place as well, and are all being procreated and born on that land. because in case of somebody like, for instance, the Holy Land is being attacked right now, who knows what Emu is going to do once we get back to things? If Emu is going to fight the Straw Hats, if Emu is going to go back to the Holy Land, but I really think that Domi Reversi thing is a homeland thing, and he could really have the Celestial Dragons around just for that reason, that he could Domi Reversi them at any time to help him fight off anybody that was invading Marijoa, like on a serious like threat level, like that, that the admirals couldn't, handle, or like the Holy Knights or whatnot. But I do believe that Emu will try it on Luffy, and it's just not going to work. It's not going to work because I don't see him getting Domi Reversi and it fully working like how it did with Rocks. But so, I definitely could see it happening.
Now this has been running around, making the rounds for the One Piece community with the Domi Reversi homeland theory. My question is, if Emu has, I would assume he has knowledge of that utilization or that limitation of the ability, why would he even attempt it on a Luffy if he doesn't know where Luffy's born from? Like, it's just shot in the dark. Maybe he was born on Elbaf. Like, I don't know. Unless you're saying like in a different scenario, like not on
That's
Elbaf.
That's true. Well, I don't know if Garp would have even let any of, like how like in the real world, everybody has a record of where people were born. Like, I don't know if that's the case for Luffy. I really don't, because we all know that he was training Luffy to become a Marine, so that could be the scenario that they did know Luffy was there and being raised on Fuchsia Village. Then he left to become a pirate. So, we don't really know on that note. So, I mean, it's hard to say. But with getting Luffy to come there for some reason, I feel like it could be as simple as his friends, and he would go. He showed that when Vivi got captured, and he was ready to go save Vivi, and Zoro had to say, "Hold on now, we got to think about how far we gotten. Vivi can handle herself. We just have to trust that Vivi can handle herself." Mm-hmm. And I believe it would be as simple as that, because Luffy is that headstrong to go and save one of his friends. He did that with Ace, and he's shown he was going to do that with Vivi.
Okay.
I mean, he was willing to go all the way back to Alabasta just to help Vivi, and not being close to the One Piece anymore. So that's how much he cares about his friends versus his dream. But I mean, it's very, very, very hard to say. Very, very hard to say.
Yeah.
How are y'all feeling about Rocks going forward? Like, what do y'all think is gonna happen?
I'll leave that up to you, Larry. You how are you feeling? That's your guy.
I think we're gonna see a lot that's gonna make us sad. Obviously, every time you watch Scarface, the movie, you want a different outcome for Al Pacino at the end, right? But he's gonna fall, no matter how much you wish it was different. And I think that's what's gonna happen with Rocks. I think it just made it a lot easier to swallow. Pause, because we just seen 6 of the greatest pirates / Marine take on Emu, and it did absolutely nothing. So I can't see anybody looking at Rocks and saying he was a bum or this or that. I just hope he gets a grand exit. It looks very well done, very emotional, and it gives Roger a run for his money. I think this is the greatest pirate we've ever seen, in my opinion, and
a true pirate.
It's gonna be probably the greatest backstory we've ever seen in One Piece history.
I know y'all talked about it yesterday, but like, loving to see the pirates act like pirates. Like, I mean, that's why I love this show. I mean, I got invested in this show because the love I have for pirates in the pirate history, and even in our own world,
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I love to see that. I'm really interested to see what's gonna go on with his wife and why her name is on the damn pentagram, because that has to be answered. I mean, because her name is not on there for no reason. Maybe she might be the One Piece mom that has escaped death, but she is just being locked away in the damn what you call it.
I wouldn't put me on that one, man.
I know One Piece moms get it pretty bad.
Being Oda's willing to take out. It's a mom and a backstory.
Yeah, I started reacting to One Piece again with my mom on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna kind of redo some things because I know how they did the episode of East Blue, and they did episode of Skypiea. I think I might run her through the episode of East Blue, and then boom, we'll just go on from there. I don't think I'll cover episode of Skypiea because there's stuff in Skypiea that she's definitely gonna want to see for sure, that they don't show in that episode. But I want her to see the Bellamere shit because
cursing.
Oh my bad. Yeah, the Bellamere. Yeah, Bellamere had it bad, and that was the first One Piece mom death we seen.
Yeah, I saw the Bellamere stuff recently with a friend of mine's nephew's mom, and she was like, "Oh my god!" Like she couldn't take it that it happened like that, and I was like, "It's only the beginning." But
yeah,
Weezy, have a good one, man. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. And I apologize for cussing. I really do. I apologize about that.
It's all right, bro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Peace.
All right. We did get a couple super chats. We got one from Chupa. It says, my Discord name is similar as my YouTube name. I would like to share my thought/theory I have regarding Zoro and Emu Domi Reversi power. Okay, I think I did see Chupa in there, down there. Can add them up in here at some point. There we go. And then we got 30 months at Yonko status from Project Iceman. It says, hey y'all, good to hear from you guys again. Fell asleep during last night's stream and I'm punching the air right now. LOL. We'll probably rewatch. Wait, Uranus is a dragon? Fire theory. Hey man, you got support. You got support. Alkazar, you have support. And another 10 from No One Owns something. Cuts off the name. It says, do y'all see the Straw Hats and their allies jumping Emu in the end? Like in the mural, or would Luffy fight Emu one-on-one?
Nah, it's the mural, dog. Everybody jumping Emu.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I'm gonna be real. If we get to a point where Luffy's, I mean, maybe it'll end up as a one-on-one at the very end, but it should start as a jumping, like how Kaido was, right? Like, if Luffy just straight up fades Emu 1v1, like, that means he surpassed a whole lot of people.
Faded him.
He faded.
Yo, shout out to Sparky, 40 Sparky on Twitch. They followed and subscribed with their Prime. Thank you so much. And Tyler Litton, they became I think they subscribed to us on YouTube.
All right. Let's get another caller in here. We got a couple people that have been waiting for a while. Let's try to get PKZoro in here.
He
tried to get him earlier. Zoro, are you there? I know we tried to get you in here a little earlier. What's going on, man?
Oh, I didn't think I'd be able to get in, bro, because I'm a Nakama, bro. I appreciate it, though. I'm finna go upgrade my tier right now.
No, it says Yonko on your list for me. Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe I did, though.
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. In there, chopping it up with the boys. Is this calling? Is this supposed to be like theories or something like that, or is it?
It's your time. Whatever you want. If you have a question for us, a hot take, a rant. We had Toby rant earlier. A theory. It's your time. Whatever you want to discuss.
Okay. I got something for you, Seb. I got something for you. So, going back, watching like previous episodes, y'all, and I've been going back all the way to like the first couple episodes, y'all, all the way back, bro, because I'm kind of new.
Okay.
Why is it that, like, Larry has so much hate for Blackbeard, bro? Like, I understand where it comes from. I understand why not. I already know how you feel, bro. I understand where it comes from, but he always says stuff like Sanji has observation over him. Sanji has speed. Sanji has all this stuff that'll beat him. I agree. But if you have somebody like Shanks who Blackbeard scarred with what no devil fruits or anything, because forget the hacks, like, because you said you mostly talk about devil fruits and what he can do. I'm not even talking about that. If he was able to hit Shanks on guard, why can't we at least give him credit that Shanks has everything that Sanji would have or had? Or that's a question for both of y'all. That's for you and Larry, because I know Larry's in here. So
can I answer, bro?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So, see, you went all the way back, but you ain't listening. All right. So when I said, when you look at Shanks and Blackbeard, yes, Blackbeard scarred Shanks, but that was 12 plus years ago, my brother. It's the same as Crocodile stabbing Luffy dead in his chest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Luffy was on guard, got stabbed, bang. Crocodile, Luffy, rivalry, whatever. You skip the Wano, Crocodile can't even stand near Luffy in terms of strength. Why? Because later on in Luffy's life, 2 years later to be exact, he was strong enough to fight Kaido where Crocodile ain't. So what I said is that when you go by the feats of the characters and their travels through their journeys and the adversities they face and the strength they gather, there's no doubt that Shanks got stronger since that moment. Now,
okay,
that doesn't mean that Shanks is the same strength as he was 12 plus years ago. And again,
okay, so Larry,
Shanks could have been like 15.
Larry, that's what I mean, though. Why don't you give Blackbeard? Blackbeard fought Ace, and Shanks told him not to, and Blackbeard chopped him in the neck, and Ace literally said, "Oh, he almost took my neck off." That shows he's like, he doesn't just have the devil fruit. He didn't just beat him with the devil fruit. He could have like did some Haki shit or something. Like, it's like you give it to Shanks, but you don't give it to my bad. Sorry, you give it to Shanks, but you don't give it to Blackbeard. It's like, I don't know why. Like,
would Blackbeard be able to land that hit on Ace without the Yami?
That's a good question, bro. That's a good question. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he would. I don't think he would.
Okay, so again, because we're talking about characters that don't actually have Haki feats or are as proficient with Haki as they are with their devil fruits, that means that already Ace was at a disadvantage as soon as Blackbeard got the Yami, because now he could just take away his devil fruit ability overall. So it made it possible for Blackbeard to beat someone like Ace because of that power. Whereas if he didn't have the Yami, then Blackbeard most likely doesn't beat Ace. But if Blackbeard had the Haki, he would have been able to just beat Ace without the Yami. So when we compare him to Shanks,
I'm under the impression that he has the Haki, Larry. I'm saying that you say could he catch him? Like, I don't think he could catch him, but how did he hit Shanks? So I think he has a Haki to hurt him. He just has to catch him, right?
I don't believe
he has it at all.
I don't believe Blackbeard has shown any Haki feats that are close to anything of that relevance to prove he's on that level. Near Shanks, especially. There's no way, bro. There's just no way, because every panel, even up till now, every panel we've ever received from Blackbeard, he's never shown that his Haki being infused into his devil fruits can overpower most characters. If so, he would have wiped Whitebeard when he was about to pass away, but he didn't. Instead, he got quaked to the face. When he rolled up on Magellan, he got one shot with his crew and just almost passed away. When Akainu chased after him, instead of fighting Akainu because he has the Haki skills and the devil fruit cancellation, he could have just fought Akainu with his entire crew because he just fought Garp and Sengoku at Marineford, but he didn't. He ran away. And then he fights Law.
Yeah, I was about to say, with Law, he hits him with a quake, and Law literally says out his own mouth he's a monster after Law just fought two monsters.
Law isn't. No,
Law said out of his mouth, Seb. Law said he's a monster. Yes, he did. Law, Blackbeard throws a quake from in the air. Law's on the ground, moving all around like this. He's a monster. Like,
okay, so we can be like, yo, the devil fruit he got is monstrous. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily Blackbeard. But put it this way, and I always say this to Sebastian, if we know that these Haki users at these levels, like Shanks, like Kaido especially, where they can infuse their attacks with Haki, especially their Conqueror's Haki, because we've seen Doflamingo do it, right, with his awakening. then why wasn't Blackbeard able to do it against Law and push him back when technically Law doesn't have Conqueror's Haki? Law doesn't have Rio. Law doesn't have Future Sight. These are all things that it takes to compete with first commanders and up. Shanks has literally been doing this since he became a Yonko, even before becoming a Yonko. I'm sorry, my brother. There's nothing nobody could tell me until Blackbeard starts doing these things. I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he will, because every panel he's ever fought in has proved otherwise. Every panel.
I mean, not necessarily, Larry, because Ray just said he could. Well, you know what? I don't even, because you gonna have an answer for that too, bro. But I mean, Ray said himself,
I actually do. All right, so you know One Piece, right? You know One Piece. Let's go to Alabasta. Do you remember what Ace said to Smoker when Smoker was trying to like fight him?
Nah, refresh me, bro. It's been a while.
Ace said
when he was saving Luffy, right? You talking about when Ace was saving Luffy, right?
Yeah, when Ace said to Smoker, "We're evenly matched, and this fight will take too long." Meanwhile, he just fought Yamato.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good point.
So it's like, if Ace is telling you out of his mouth that he just can't beat Smoker, and he should be able to just beat Smoker, where was his Haki feats at?
I got you, PTK. Is Ace a master observation Haki user?
Why would he need to be?
Because Rayleigh is.
Again.
Right.
Rayleigh can tell how strong every single person on an island is at a given moment.
Right.
Ace can't do that.
So the point is, right? The point is, a character says something, and necessarily it does not make it true according to what has been shown through their fights on panel to prove where their strength is supposed to be at. Ace fighting Yamato proves that not only would he have outmatched Smoker entirely, but it would have been an easy diff fight, but he himself states we're evenly matched. That does not follow or make sense at all. So I can't take Ace's word for saying he can't beat Smoker, because I know Yamato would dog him.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Maybe it's something that Ace knows that we don't know. You know, I don't know. I get what you're saying. You're going off. You're going off. I get what Larry's saying. Larry's going off of what we see, which is, you know, what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to speak hypothetically and stuff like that. But if the own character, you know, says it, it's not like I could just say, well, because I see in this panel he could beat this guy. That this guy said he can't do anything to this guy. We gotta just go with that. What we seen in the panel before, what he can do to other guys. Like I'm going with all of it. I'm not going to say over here he can beat this guy, and then over here, you know.
I got to check you, though, PTK. Law ain't say that. He ain't say he a monster. That ain't come out Law's mouth, man.
Well, maybe that was in the anime, Seb, because I promise you, Seb, he said it, bro, in the anime. So if it's not in the manga, that's my fault. You know, manga's canon, but I promise you, go watch that again in the anime. He said it.
All right, man.
But yeah, I appreciate y'all for letting me come up, man. For real, man. Keep doing y'all thing. I'm gonna support, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you, bro.
Yep.
All right. PTKZoro. Sorry, just taking note of who's gone and who hasn't. I know we did get a couple super chats in the meantime. We got 5 from Wise Life Gaming. It says, any other limitations you expect with Domi Reversi or Emu's power in general? Were the Lunarians wiped out by it too? Hashtag throaty pasta, hashtag Bucks are greater than Knicks. I think we played tonight, actually, right? See, that my thing with the Domi Reversi thing, if we're gonna go as far back as like even the Lunarians, right? What would constitute as their homeland, right? Because Lunarian means you're from the moon, technically. Right. Now, I guess if you're just born on an area, any newer Lunarians, like they'd have to have lived there for thousands of years, I suppose. But it could be why they got taken out. But my secondary question is, I guess, are we gonna enslave Lunarians for thousands and thousands of years? Maybe not. I was gonna say, where are they at now? Like, why would Emu let them go now? Like, why wouldn't they I guess he used them to take them out, but shouldn't you be keeping some Lunarians with you? Like, I feel like that would be more intelligent to do. I don't know. Could be though. Also, Knicks are greater than the Bucks, man. Chill out. Another 2 from Gaidimon. When are you guys doing Discord events for Yonkos? Yeah, it's something we've discussed. We're trying to make it happen. I've been trying to work something around this weekend even. But I might have some Halloween stuff going on, so it might be tough. But definitely by next month, we will be doing stuff more consistently. I might even do 2 events next month because I know it's a once a month thing. But because we might not be able to get them this month. We'll try to do it. Odds are it'll be a break week because Larry typically goes live on the Sundays for the regular chapter streams. But if there's no chapter, we can dedicate a break week to doing something with the community as a whole for all the Yonko tier members. And we got another 3 from Squid. It says, y'all looking bald as always. Do I look bald? I feel like y'all be acting like I look bald, man. I got hair. There's hair up here. It's there. Larry got a hat on. Larry looked bald with a hat on. All right. Let's get the next caller in here. Let's go Monkey D Manni. Manni, are you there? Manni going once. Manni going twice. All right, let's get another caller in here. Oh, Manni. All right, let's get Lex in here. Lex, you there?
Deb!
What's going on, man?
What's up, yo? Bro, it's about time. I've been in the chat for an hour and 30 minutes, bro. I've been in the trenches. I should be a vet by now, bro. I came out a different person. No, I'm kidding. No, but yo, before I go into my theory that I think you guys might like, it's not a long theory, but I think you guys might like it. Before I start, I had a really good idea for like a skit. We have Seb as like the mafia don, like a One Piece mafia don, and then we have Larry as like the guard, and he's holding a bag of pasta, and you'll be like, you come here on the day of my daughter's wedding, and then you go, Larry, the pasta. Hey, boss. He just toss it. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, so my theory. So check this out. So my theory. So I was watching the Pirates of the Caribbean movies recently, or Caribbean, however you want to pronounce it. And so you know how Davy Jones is in that movie too, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the woman that cursed Davy Jones, Teodalma? Calypso. No, she's in human form. She's Teodalma, but she's actually the goddess Calypso. But I was gonna ask if you guys believe that. I believe that Davy Jones was cursed, and that he has that kind of appearance, like in Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's that weird, like maybe he has like a weird octopus thing. We don't know. But also the very interesting other fact was that, like, I was thinking maybe Emu is. I don't think Emu is Calypso in this situation, but maybe someone else cursed him. But also the fact that in the movies, he also has the ship that transports souls, right? So I was thinking it'd be very interesting if we find out that the people who sink to the bottom of the ocean because of the devil fruits get picked up by Davy Jones' ship, which transports souls and takes it to his locker. I think that would be a very interesting theory. If that were to come true. What do you guys think of it? 'Cause that's more or less what I had for it. You know what I mean? Because I do think that Davy Jones probably has like a cursed appearance by now, and that he probably, has his ship maybe somewhere in the bottom of the ocean, or maybe, but we'll see.
I like the idea that he's been cursed. I just don't know how it'll fit into the story itself with how the power system works.
Yeah, I think that witchcraft exists in One Piece. Like, I honestly do think, like, you know what I mean? What, maybe with what Emu is doing, or how they summoned Brook, like how they were doing that summoning circle to summon him. I think that they've done that, before. Especially like what the Gorosei were doing, with those summoning circles and stuff. Like maybe it has to do, maybe the book that Emu had, you know what I mean? with the revolver and all that stuff. Maybe that's all witchcraft. Maybe that's all magic. Maybe not. It could be a devil fruit, you know. But we're not 100% sure yet. You know, I'm thinking theoretically, but I was thinking like, what if devil fruits aren't the counter to Haki? What if magic is the counter to Haki? Because for example, Superman, his only major weakness is magic. So what if the major weakness to physicality, to something like Haki that uses physicality, would be magic? You know what I mean? So I thought that would be very interesting.
Lex?
What happened?
I think we lost Lex. Can you hear him, Larry?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Hello?
Maybe it's just you,
I'm
bro.
still here.
Yeah, he's still here.
It's me. No, actually, it's
Larry?
you. Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah,
you can hear him the whole time?
Yeah, I can hear both of y'all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I lost him for a second. My bad. Go ahead.
Well, anyways, that's all I got. Anyways, so that's about it. Seb, I don't know if you heard the whole thing. But mostly it's just the Davy Jones thing. You know, the Davy Jones thing. With the ship. I hope the ship. He probably has a ship, you know. But I think it would be cool if he has like, you know, people who were devil fruit users in his ship who are like I don't know, like they're not deceased. Maybe they're like spirits or something, or I don't know. I just think in the world of One Piece, anything is possible, really, you know. So but that's mostly what I got. I really do think that there's a character who, maybe it's not the goddess of the sea, maybe it's not Calypso, it's probably not, but someone cursed Davy Jones, and we're not exactly sure. It could be Emu, maybe not Emu. Maybe, what if Emu is part of like a coven? What if Emu is part of like a group of like sorcerers, or maybe that's a stretch, but I do think like there's a certain amount of magic in One Piece. You know what I mean? Like that's in my head how devil fruits would be explained. And also, actually, if you don't mind me saying, Seb, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Before I go, I actually did see a very interesting theory earlier where it says that, what if the Mother Flame is Nika's original form, like it's the original form of Luffy's devil fruit? Because it was referencing, like the theory was referencing certain things the Gorosei were saying when they were fighting Luffy on Egghead and all that, where they were like, don't let him get to that form. And I think he was already in Gear 5th when they said that. You know what I mean? They were like, don't let, or whatever. And they were saying a bunch of other things. But I think that'd be very interesting if he becomes like not the Mother Flame, but maybe like a Father Flame or the sun itself or something cool. You know what I mean? Like, I think that'd be really cool. I thought that was an interesting theory. That's mostly all I got. You know, I don't want to yap too much. I gotta conserve my yap energy. You know.
All right. Well, no, it was a dope theory. I like the thought process of Davy Jones being cursed, Lex. I think that's cool. I would love any nod or ode to the Pirates of the Caribbean, because I really did enjoy those movies, especially the Davy Jones storyline parts of it. So I would be down if there's any semblance to what we got from there. And I don't know if you saw yesterday's episode, but Larry had a really, really cool theory about they've been calling it the side piece or the two piece, but essentially something that
yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, something that Davy Jones left behind for his offspring and the believers in him to try to use to basically focus on the world government and the world itself, like the throne of the world. So I really, really enjoyed that. Maybe it has something to do with Davy Jones' locker. I assume we'll get. I hope we go there one day, or at least find it one day. But
maybe I missed that part, but. Wait, I'm sorry, Seb. Really, really quick. Can I just mention something that we were talking about in chat? It was a theory I came up with really quick, and it kind of blew everyone's mind. Can I say it really quick? It's just okay. Sorry. So, what if the Davy clan, their special trait was they're able to use 2 devil fruits? Because remember, Zebek, he wanted 2 devil fruits to be able to use 2, and Blackbeard is able to use 2 at least. So, what if that's like a trait of the Davy clan? And it's not so much a theory that Blackbeard has is like triplets. You know what I mean? Like, what if it's that bloodline can use more than 1 devil fruit? I thought that was very interesting. But I don't know.
Yeah, when Rock said that he was a descendant of Davy Jones, a lot of people ran with that as an option. I like it. spits in the face of my resonance theory, so I kind of want it to be wrong. But I do like it as a possibility. There's definitely credence to it. Marco said Blackbeard's body's always been different, etc. There's something that the reason why Emu wanted to get rid of this race in the first place, and he seems to be really, really motivated to do so. So it's definitely possible. And
yeah. In the world of One Piece. In the world of One Piece. All right.
Have
later,
a good
bro.
night, man.
YouTube.
Did he leave? Okay. Oh. All right. Let's get Monkey D Manni in here. Manni, you there? Manni, I saw you jumped off mute. There you go.
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing, boys? I'm excited. Finally got a call in.
What's up, bro?
All right. So I have this theory that I want to share with y'all, and honestly, I want to see how y'all feel about it and why no one else has thought about it this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've all been talking about, there've been recent conversations about different type of D families, like the Water Ds, or maybe even Davy Jones, or maybe something else, right? But I feel like there's an obvious one that's staring us right in the face that like no one has really taken note of. Because we know about Nefertari D. Lily and how she sent a message through the poneglyphs back to Alabasta, but never returned mysteriously. But my belief is that Nefertari Lily founded Amazon Lily and probably got stuck in between the Corn Belts or used that to escape from the government. And that's why she created a kingdom of all women that are proficient in Haki. Because if you were to think about it, where else would a queen that opposed the celestial dragons go? And why would she separate herself from the world government in such a big way that that they basically hide from the world government? They know no one is going to come interfere with them on the island. What do y'all think about that?
I like it. I was trying to find a connection between Amazon Lily and Alabasta potentially to see if there's another link there, but I couldn't think of one. But I do like it. I do like the empowerment it would give, where not only did she leave from the grasp of the world government, but she created a whole separate kingdom. I guess my issue with the theory is that it seems as though that the Nefertari family in general are descendants of Nefertari Lily. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the correlation.
Right. That would be the relationship. But I believe she didn't want to involve Alabasta into any of the affairs because it was technically safe under the world government. So that's the reason why she didn't return. But she sent a poneglyph with messaging on what kind of happened.
Was there any poneglyphs on Amazon Lily at all? Like I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if there was one or not.
I'm not too sure. I don't think so.
No, there's no poneglyph on there.
Okay, at least to our knowledge, yet. I mean, I like it. I like it as a thought process. I need more connections.
I just believe that's why the Amazon Lily or the Kuja pirates have strong connection with Haki. Because Haki is something that was rare and like is scattered all over the One Piece world. But yeah, we have a whole island of proficient Haki users in every different way. They're just using their day to day. And like I felt like it had to have a direct connection from the original source of Haki that we know. And that would be someone that was around probably during Joe Boy's time.
Okay. I mean, I'm with it. I'm wondering if, obviously, there's going to be. I've always thought like they have these 20 kingdoms that united against the ancient kingdom, right? But did the ancient kingdom have any allies on their end? And would Amazon Lily potentially be one of them based off of what you're saying right now? You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because probably like Alabaster is technically still under the 20 Kingdoms, but Lily herself might have found a way to like ally with Joe Boy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, that was just my theory. That was just it was kind of obvious just from the name, but like I just felt like there had to be something else behind behind Amazon Lily and Joy Boy in general, just because of the way Boa also reacted. Immediately she felt Luffy's Haki. That might be a tie to Lily and Joy Boy on like the bigger picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Larry, thoughts?
I always thought that Nefertari Lily was an ally of Joy Boy, right? When you're an ally of Joy Boy is also an ally of Shirahoshi. So for me, I always felt that Nefertari Lily and Shirahoshi, not Shirahoshi, but Poseidon of that time had to be cool too. So if they were preparing to stop the world government's reach and to send out these messages for the future people to overthrow Emu at a certain point, well, then that just makes sense for them to like be in cahoots to prepare for that. So I think what Nefertari Lily did was send out the poneglyphs. And then I think Amazon Lily was an island that Lily used to visit. And then in order to keep that island saved, the Poseidon of that time created the calm belt.
I was thinking something similar too.
So to me, it's always been like right there. So if she is a part of Amazon Lily, that's going to speak volumes. Why? Foreshadow. You have Roger, Amazon Lily. Now you got Luffy, Amazon Lily. Most likely Joy Boy, Amazon Lily. And it might be because of Lily. So who knows, man?
It might be Goon Piece for real.
Hey, man.
My secondary thought here is that it seems as though what's the name of their pirate crew? The Kuja Pirates is a relatively new thing. So they haven't been pirating for a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I guess you don't need to be a pirate to be allies with a pirate. So
yeah, my point was mostly the island itself, and maybe the pirates just formed later on.
Yeah. Okay. I like it, Manny. I do.
Yup. Nah, thank you, because I did want to share that. The only other thing I want to share, I can't really go deep into it today, but just how people misunderstand the power of devil fruits. Because I believe devil fruits could only take you as far as your dream could take you. Like you need strong will, which is Haki, to be able to compare or to have any type of say in the One Piece verse. And I still don't know why people can't understand that. But nah, that would be my take for today, though.
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate the take, man. I know you said you're in the Nakama status. I know you were able to get donated in today. But if you want a guaranteed spot, upgrade to Warlord or higher. All right.
No, for sure. That was nice speaking to y'all, boys. Y'all have a good night.
Same to you, bro.
No, thank you.
All right, let's get Titan 233 in here.
All right.
Titan, you there?
Aw, man, it's me already. All right. How's it going? Let me mute the stream real quick.
Appreciate that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
All right. How'd you guys day been?
Super busy, man. A lot of work, catching up with a bunch of stuff. I had my client call today, but we did well. So, good thing.
Same.
I see you on work, man. Work's making me tired. I wanted to talk to you guys. I don't really have a theory. It's kind of a theory, but kind of like a just discussion, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it's about Emu and if what we see is just a silhouette, or if it's actually what Emu looks like a darkness entity. Because I personally feel like it is a silhouette that we won't see until Luffy sees it himself as well, so that we all kind of get revealed on it at the same time. And what makes me think that is we keep seeing Emu with a crown and what seems to be like robes, I would say, or like a dress. I don't know, because it's always kind of how would you say it? Like trailing behind him. Like when we see him go up to the throne, we kind of see he's wearing something. So I feel like if we were seeing a dark entity or something, we would at least see the colors of his crown or his clothing that he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted your guys' opinion on that because I feel like we'll see what Emu truly looks like when Luffy himself sees it.
I agree with that. I think it should be a situation where we don't see the full Emu until Luffy sees it. Like a lot of times, you get the big reveals through the main character's eyes. If it's not Luffy, then who would it be? The only other person I could think of potentially would be Blackbeard, just because of all the rocks and Davy Jones stuff that we're starting to see as far as like going after the world. Seemingly that's it's a huge like part of Blackbeard's story now. So it's like maybe Dragon, maybe Blackbeard would be the other people that could generate that full Emu reveal. But I'd prefer it's Luffy. I think it sends a stronger message that way. But either way, anytime we get to see the actual form of Emu would be hype. So you're saying that what we're seeing now is just a silhouette and it's not the main body of Emu in general?
I think it like, okay, so on God Valley, it might not actually be Emu. Maybe I don't know. Like maybe Emu's main body just stays at God Valley and just kind of also assimilates. Like for example, right now he's obviously inside Saturn or like with Saturn. So I feel like that's just maybe the reason they didn't even do damage to Emus because Emu's not actually there. But Emu's able to deal damage to everyone else, like how he interacted with rocks, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the Emu that is at Marijoa or the Holy Land, whatever it is, that's actually Emu. And
okay,
I do hope it's a silhouette and not just a darkness entity, I guess, because I feel like Oda's a creative guy. I don't feel like he'd make the big bad of the series just one complete color. I feel like he would try to make it, look. I don't know. I mean, Oda makes characters look his own special way. I don't feel like Emu being
an ink blot.
Yeah. That's just not. That's to me. That's not Oda.
Right.
So.
Okay. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'll keep it short. That's pretty much
it. Titan, appreciate the call, man. Thanks for sticking around.
Have a good day, man.
You too.
Bye.
Listen, man, Emu all white. Know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Emu all white, dog.
Let's get Chupa in here. I believe Chupa was Johnny on YouTube who donated to try to get a theory in. So
yeah.
Chupa, you there?
Shout out to Fremos for the subbed Prime on Twitch.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. How's it going, man?
I'm going pretty well. Still at work, but I have some free time. Yeah, my theory is pretty much I saw a super chat about it yesterday, and it had me thinking about Emu possibly Domi reversing Zoro, and the whole like it has to be on your homeland thing. I think it doesn't make sense. It shouldn't make sense technically, but I see it more of like it's not going to work on Zoro because the fight with King that he had on Wano. Pretty much King saying, "Oh, you want to be a king as well," and Zoro not understanding it yet until the end of the fight, saying, "Okay, I'll be the king of hell." And pretty much how I think Emu's power is from the underworld / hell area, and the reason why it's not going to work on Zoro is because of that. He's more of a like like that type of Conqueror that of the Hell area, and I see it more of like comparing it into Majin Vegeta type of power, where it would be in him, but not completely take over him. It's more of like a power up because of what he is proclaiming himself to be. And it will just be like Emu is gonna trip out on it, like he's gonna freak out, like it's not making sense. Why is it not working? And pretty much, yeah, I wanted to know what your guys' thoughts are on my theory of that happening with Zoro and Emu.
You getting turned, brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
if Rock's getting turned, the scope is anybody, man.
Anybody could get it, bro.
Can get it. Anybody can
We
get it
we better hold on to the fact that maybe like most likely Whitebeard, Garb, and Roger didn't get turned, bro, because it could happen. We don't know nothing.
Yeah,
It's
chill on Big Roger, man. Chill on
it's
my
for
guy.
anybody right now, bro. I don't care what nobody say. You can make
Chill
every
on
theory
Roger,
in the
man.
world, man. Rocks
Chill on
got
Roger,
turned.
gang.
When Rocks got turned, I said, all right, everybody getting the treatment.
It was I mainly thought of that because the fact that I don't see Rocks is that dude. Like I agree with Larry, like he is the greatest of all time. But I see it more of like Rocks was like, oh, Emu's going after my family. He's getting more susceptible or sensitive to the area. So where it kind of like dropped his guard, I guess. So where I see Zoro mainly like, his pride, his ego, so to speak, would not let it affect him as much as it did with Rocks. So yeah, that's why I kind of reference it with like the sort of Majin Vegeta to where Babidi, was trying to take control over him, but it didn't work because his pride / ego overpowered his power, and it just came to like a power up scale,
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. It had me kind of thinking of that because of how Emu and all the Gorosei just got summoned with a pentagram, and that being linked with like demon / devil summonings. So
Okay. I will say I don't think it'll happen to Zoro, but not for the reasons that you're giving. I just don't think Oda would ever write Zoro in that way to get manipulated like that. Even if I believe it could happen, like theoretically, like I don't think Zoro's too strong or his will is too strong. I just don't think Oda would ever write Zoro into that kind of a corner. That's just not how he writes Zoro, in my opinion. But
yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for your time and hearing me out.
Thanks, bro.
No, thank you for donating, man. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
Have a nice night, guys.
You too.
Thank you.
All right. We do get another 2 from King Peasant. It says, do the twins ever forget which one's which? How would that even remotely be possible?
That's so funny.
How is that possible, man? All right, let's get Sturdy in here. Sturdy, you there?
Oh,
how's it going, man?
Man. Hey, yo, we was right in the middle of a theory. I'm gonna say my theory for next week, but I also have a stance in terms of debate. I disagree with the notion that Haki is above all. I think Devil Fruit's above Haki. Now, just before we get started, to clarify, I don't think it's an absolute thing. I don't think it's like, okay, give this character just Haki or give this character just Devil Fruit and see how they go out. I think it's like from a scale of 1 to 100, I think it's 55, 60 Devil Fruit wave versus 55, wait, I said that right? 45, 50, no, 45, 40 Devil Fruit wave. You know what I'm saying? So let me explain it. All right. I think for 2 primary reasons why Devil Fruit is above Haki, due to importance and hacks. Now, in regards to importance, I think it's not a coincidence that literally throughout the history of what we know of so far of One Piece, that there's only like 3 or 4 S-tier characters in terms of power level that don't have Devil Fruits. Only 4. and that's Shanks, Roger, Garp, and potentially Mihawk. That's who we know of. Majority of everybody else has a devil fruit. And the only person that we don't know of so far is Rocks per se, but we do know for Rocks is looking for 2 devil fruits. One he tried to give to Harold to help galvanize potential prophecy of Nika, but the second mystery fruit that we don't know, we know that he's looking for it. He was looking for it, and that's my point. Importance. Everything that Emo's doing, that's due to a devil fruit. Everything that the primary reason why even the world government is even a fear of the Davy clan or some of the D family is because of the Nika fruit itself. And not to mention mystery other fruits that was landed throughout the story in terms of importance, like the Api no Mi and this potential mystery fruit that Loki potentially has as well. I think due to the importance of devil fruit as well as the Hack's ability of devil fruit that we've seen from prior events that surpasses Haki, especially gaps of Haki. Perfect example, the Dressrosa incident with Sugar. She was literally inches away from ending One Piece, but despite Law and Luffy's Haki being oceans gap between them, it didn't matter because she had a Hack's devil fruit. And we seen other conditioning fights with like Boa Hancock, who went against other great Haki users, but because of her condition of her fruit, it surpassed that. So that's why I said from a 55-60%, I think devil fruit is a little more powerful than Haki. What do you say?
So, in terms of how people typically have this conversation, it's about the top tiers, like the highest tier of strength possible, right? And once you're dabbling in that arena, I think a majority of people would agree that Haki is over devil fruits, right? Because in general, no matter how strong you are with a super broken devil fruit, everybody in the top tiers is dabbling in Haki or using advanced versions of stronger Haki. Some of which don't even have devil fruits are still basically sitting at the top of the world, i.e. your Roxes, your Rogers, your Garps. So I don't think most people think Haki over devil fruits in general, right? I think it's at the top. If you want to reign at the top of the world, it's Haki over devil fruits. Now, I did like your inclusion of what Emu's doing. Like, Emu seemingly has an extremely broken devil fruit and is reigning at top of the world, but Emu also seemingly has immense Haki. So Emu is able to reign at the top of the world for so long because they have both a Hack's devil fruit seemingly and immense Haki. So they do go hand in hand, but I think at the top of the world, with the way the series is written, the way that willpower seems to be this more, I don't want to say end all be all, because I've never agreed with the end all be all thought process. But in general, I think where the series is going, Luffy just ate a god tier devil fruit. And then we get to Elbaf, and Gabon is still saying stuff about, oh, hey, be mindful how you utilize your Conqueror Haki in order to win fights. Even though Gabon actively saw him with this god devil fruit, right? He didn't say, oh, utilize this fruit in this way. It said, use your Conqueror's Haki in a specific way. So it's probably both at the end, but overall, I think there's nothing wrong with people thinking that it's Haki over devil fruits, especially if you're going into the top of the verse. And I can open up to Larry, but I think he's going to echo similar sentiments.
Yeah. The people at the top, everybody got Haki. That's what it is. You know? A lot of those people also don't have devil fruits. Haki over devil fruits, bro. It's always gonna it's how it's gonna be the entire time. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the main reason I disagree, right? Like I said before, like let's look at the top tiers, right? If the Haki does, and like Haki does, like I said before, it's not an absolute thing. Like majority of the top tier people we know have Very broken devil fruits. Let's keep it a buck. All the Gorosei have ancient mythical zones. All of them. Even well, we don't know exactly if Garland have one or not, but even with we know Garland's son has a mythical devil fruit in his sword. We know for a fact all the admirals have a devil fruit. We know for a fact majority of the Yonko, both this generation and prior generation, had a devil fruit. I'm just saying, man, like I said before, like Emu, I think it's kind of implied that Emu and Joe Boy has a devil fruit as well. And speaking of devil fruit, like that's like if we're talking about will, the Nika Nika fruit, there's a reason why it avoided the Gorosei despite their immense determination and or you could say willpower to obtain it. And that's because of the will of the Nika fruit is just more over, in my opinion, that's the theory, is more than the will of the Gorosei. And that's the reason why we're going through this constant cycle of the war between the world government and, you know, different people. But I'm saving that for the theory next week.
All right, so I have a question.
Yes.
So, in order to stop your zone ability from taking you over, what do you have to have a strong thing of?
You have a strong will.
That's it right there, brother.
Yeah, that's Zoan. But like, what about Paramecia? What about Logia?
You can't awaken if you ain't got the will.
Yeah, that's my point. Like I said, Larry, I'm not saying like give a character one way out. You need both, but I'm saying it's clear that even with most of the top tier guys, they prioritize having a devil fruit to enhance their Haki abilities. That at least that what the story appears to be.
Yeah, but if you don't have a strong will, the devil fruit is never going to awaken, no matter what it is. Because if your willpower is not strong enough to awaken it, then the devil fruit never goes anywhere. So first, you always have to go Haki first, and then devil fruit second. So it would be a 55 Haki, 45 devil fruit.
I think. Well, was it confirmed, or is it still theoretical that like the awakening is more so a compatibility of wills between yourself and the devil fruit, or was it confirmed or not? I'm not sure if it's theoretical or confirmed.
It's more theoretical at this point. Either way, Kaido's statement was your mind and body have to match up to the fruit, or they have to catch up, or whatever he had said. And then in Luffy's case, he wasn't able to awaken the fruit until he became like a sky splitter. So maybe that's only because of the type of fruit that he got, like the Nika fruit. But Luffy has been free for basically ever, and he didn't awaken the fruit until he became like an actual top tier, and at least at the bare minimum near the top tier of Haki usage. So like, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
I don't think for either.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, my fault. I don't think for either, like for Haki or devil fruit, like you just like once you get it, like you're at like the toppest level of it. I think both require training and experience to get to that level for both, for high tier for both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I will say this though, it appears, at least for devil fruit, you're able to take a bigger jump than opposed to Haki, like starting at the beginning.
That's for sure. Devil fruits. I think Nick put it in the chat that Haki has a higher ceiling. Devil fruits have a higher floor. So you can try to be a Haki master and end up as just some guy, right? Like you're not guaranteed to be a conqueror, right? Like anybody can eat a devil fruit. Not everybody's a conqueror. So the threshold to become a top tier via Haki is already limited, because if you're not a conqueror, you're just not a conqueror, right? But anybody can eat a fruit. So the floor is always going to be higher for devil fruits. And in general, some people just want to be able to do both. Like you mentioned the Gorosei. If I can be a top tier Haki wise and then still stack a devil fruit on top of that, why not? I would. I know I would. I don't know that everybody would, but I totally would. You know, so oh, to me, at the top is gonna be Haki over like Devil Fruits, unless something changes with the Nika fruit specifically, or I guess the Blackbeard's fruits. But if you ask a majority of the community right now, besides Emu, who's top one, everybody's gonna tell you Shanks for the most part, and he doesn't have any Devil Fruits. If you ask the previous generation of people who was top one, they're gonna say Rocks or Roger or Garp. Those people didn't have Devil Fruits. So, you know, it's just kind of.
What about the generation? What about the generation before that, where the head guy was Joy Boy, who we do know had the Nika fruit?
Yeah,
but was that theoretical?
No, it's fine to theorize that, but put it this way: what do you think has been the most impressive thing about Joy Boy that we know of to date? Was it eating that fruit and awakening it, or was it that crazy Haki knot that he put into Emmett?
Yeah, that's not fair because we only seen the Haki knot though. We didn't see him do anything besides a few kids drawing some pictures of him and some folks stories of him with the fruit. Like we didn't. That's not really fair to compare feats.
My point is we barely know anything about the man, but the most impressive thing from him, even with this awakened fruit, is the Haki knot. Yes or no?
Yeah, but hold on. You're being nasty, Seb. You're doing the absence evidence, not the evidence absence thing.
This is the game. This is it. He ain't put his fruit in Emmett. He put a Haki knot in there, man. All right? He didn't say, Emmett, one day find some kid and give him the fruit.
Okay. This you being real nasty because if he had the fruit in him, we don't know if you can like transfer the fruit out of your body to like another thing. Like we don't know that. We don't even know how devil fruits even get into objects. We don't even know that. Like hold on.
You said devil. You said okay. That's facetious, right? That's disingenuous. He could have put other fruits in Emmett. He could have stored them with a bunch of fruits. He could have went and found Hack's devil fruits and been like, Emmett, when you find the right folks, give him these fruits.
Hold on. We know Jobo was a flopper. That's why he rolled up on the Poseidon. Come on, bro. Come on. We know he failed. We know he failed. We know he flopped. That's why he wrote that apology letter on the poneglyph.
Listen.
This is Sebastian talking to himself. It's so funny.
This is nasty work, man.
Listen, bro.
I do have a question for you, Sturdy.
Okay. I'll go ahead.
Do you think you can awaken your devil fruit with less Haki?
No, but I lean towards more of the.
Okay. Like, so you need more Haki in order to awaken your devil fruit.
No, and that's what I'm trying to say. I lean more towards I lean towards the compatibility thing when it comes to awakening than opposed to like the strength of your will. Because I do believe like no matter how strong your will, if the devil fruit not messing with you, I don't think you're gonna have the full capability of it, in my opinion.
Well, is that
at least for awakening?
But isn't that a circular argument? Because then you're not compatible because you lack the will.
No, you're not compatible because you're just not my type. Like that's what that is. Like it don't mean you lack the will. It just means you could be not his type. Like
so devil fruits have preferences.
Yeah. Well, we know definitely, possibly. Like for example, we know the Nika fruit definitely has a preference.
So you think that
we know that for a fact.
So you think the Nika fruit would go to somebody with less Haki?
No, I think the Nika fruit would go to someone who embodies freedom. That's why I think so. Regardless of your Haki level. Like you can have a Haki level the size of rocks. I don't think Nika fruit is messing with you because you're not embodying freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You embodying power.
All right, bro.
And speaking of rocks, Larry, I just want to ask you this question. Do you think it was Haki or devil fruit ability on how rocks got Domi reverse?
I think it was the Conqueror's Haki that Emu has infused into whatever power they have. You can't. All right, so this is the thing, right? With Conqueror's Haki, it's instilling one's own spirit into another person. So if you use pure devil fruit, that's not going to affect the person's spirit, which is why Law was able to break out of the woman sickness that was placed upon him from Q. He didn't use Conqueror's Haki, but he was able to use Haki in order to break out of it, right? He didn't use his devil fruit to do so. So for, Rocks being the Conqueror he is, Emu already knows that his spirit can't be easily broken. So Emu has to inflict their own spirit into Rocks and then infuse it with his devil fruit in order for it to take effect.
Okay. I think at least for the Domi Reversi, right? I think is like a you're familiar with Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah.
It's like conditions based. I think because let's be honest, that's the most talkative we've seen Emu. Outside of outside of Cobra, that's the most talkative we've seen of Emu, right? And I think some of the things he was saying to Rocks was like if it was any other person, that would spark great emotion. And I think that was one of the conditions of his devil fruit, possibly. Either be vengeful or fear, possibly. Whether it be Rocks was fearful even the idea of losing his family, or being vengeful of like the idea of losing his family could help Emo get that emotional condition to set his devil fruit in, like similar to the Boas Hancock's fruit. But like you don't have to necessarily be attracted to fully attracted to her per se to be turned to stone. You just gotta be a little bit.
Even then, it's Haki would just be able to overpower it. Boa Hancock can't just walk up. Boa Hancock can't just walk up to Kaido and then Kaido gets turned into stone. It's the same reason why. It's the same reason why Law couldn't just shambles Kaido or Big Mom. He states it. Their Haki is too strong. There is a limit to devil fruits, and Logias have always proved why Haki itself is a detriment to them. They're overpowered beings, unlimited resources of energy for whatever element they are. But once they verse like a regular armament, non-hardening Haki user, they can get the hands put on them. So Oda has always placed it that yes, you need Haki. You need Haki in order to overpower devil fruits, or at least nullify their effects. That's just the story, bro. It's been there since the beginning. I don't think it changes just because the levels got higher. If anything, look what low gears are doing. Instead of purely relying on just their devil fruits, what do? They go, yo, I need to learn armament too. I need to learn observation. These are the facts.
So, like, for example, right? Wasn't it stated, like, for the Admirals, right? Part of the draft, they was giving devil fruits as well?
I don't know if that was ever stated.
That wasn't stated.
Okay. That's just theoretical. So we do know for a fact that CP9 members, before they defended Enies Lobby, they were awarded devil fruits, despite displaying great powers on their own.
But it goes back to what Sebastian said. You're able to have this floor, which is able to be reached way easier because you could just eat a devil fruit at any point. Do any of those CP9 members have any advanced forms of Haki? Do they have the ability to have a Conqueror's attack? No. So they're always going to be mid-tier. They'll never be able to fend off.
It depends how you, like, classify some of those Roki Shiki techniques, but I understand what you're saying. But, like, last thing, too, with the Boa Hancock. If Shaki went up to Kaido walking around, he's cooked. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said before, it depends on the user. Like I said, if you get the right user of the devil fruit, you are cooked regardless. Shaki is killing Shaki is murking a lot of. I'm sorry, she's murking a lot of people, bro. Let's keep it a beam. She got that fruit.
Did Kaido ever show affection towards Shaki? I don't think we ever got that.
We ain't see it, but hey, we seen greater men fall. We seen greater men of Kaido fall to abuse. Hey, man. Hey, she had that fruit. Rocks with a stone, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Half the holy knights, all of them. That's all I'm saying. But like, I appreciate the talk, fellas. I'm not trying to hog the mic for everybody else. But
All
like,
right,
this
so
is a good
I'll just use this one example, right? Because you brought up Boa.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
Kobe caught her arrow and those arrows turn people to stone, why didn't he turn to stone when he caught it?
Because we know that this was stated during the Marine Ford. If you have an emotion or some type of feeling that's more that can either distract you, overwhelm lust, you won't get affected. And for that particular attack that you mentioned, that was an arrow. That wasn't necessarily the beam per se. So like, it's a different, like the arrow is more like a physical attack versus like the beam. Like I'm turning you stone from within based off your attraction level to me or lust, whatever you're feeling. That's to my point to that.
So when she kicked the pacifistas, did they have any lust?
Possibly. I don't know. Hey, we do know robots feel, bro. Like, hey, that's the thing too in One Piece. Robots have feelings sometimes. I don't know. I just know her leg was up and she was wearing a dress, so possibly.
All right, bro.
About that one,
All right, bro.
Yo, I appreciate y'all, man. Like this is some of the best One Piece talk, bro. Like,
Thanks, man.
Oh,
Sturdy. Have a good night, man.
yeah.
Have a good one, bro.
Have a good one, bro. But his my fault. Like, this is a thought for Larry to ponder. Imagine if anyone else but Sugar had her devil fruit. Just saying. Thank you.
Huh? I think we got a couple super chats that hit while we was yapping with Sturdy. 5 from RIP Roberto. It says, Seb, what are your top 3 favorite characters and single favorite antagonists in Kingdom? I want to see if you're a real Kingdom fan. Hashtag Sebricio. Okay. Top 3 favorite characters in Kingdom. Damn, that's a good one. Definitely Conky. Definitely Osen. For my third slot, it's between Shin, Kyokai, and Shohei-kun. Maybe Toe could sneak in there too. I like Toe a lot based off the latest arc that I read. I'd have to choose between one of those 3 people. And then my favorite antagonist is definitely Ryofui, I think his name is. I think that's how you say his name. The God damn it. He was smashing the King's mom for a little bit there. But yeah, Ryofui, that's my guy. That's my guy. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Another 5 from I Am Maximum Stupid. I think Zoan, you need strong will and need to die to be resurrected by the animal. Paramecias are a level system. Logias, we don't know yet. I don't think everybody need to die to awaken their Logia, their Zoan fruits. I think that was specific to Luffy, maybe. What? Larry, we got 3 more callers in there.
Okay.
I do want to get through the rest of them, and then I do kind of have a hardish stop at 8.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Let's get Trent in here. Trent, you there?
Yo.
Trent, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing much, you know. You boys at work. Except I'm chilling on my break right now. I had to do it just for the boys.
I bet.
What's up?
But
Talk to us.
question. I got a question, man. You know, as we were talking about, as we had our Haki over devil fruit conversation, I wanted to pose a fight to y'all, because y'all know I give y'all give the fights out here. I've been thinking about it, and in my opinion, I feel like I know Akainu is up there. But I feel like right now, if they ran it back, I feel like Aokiji wins Extreme Diff. I want to hear y'all's takes on that.
Aokiji versus who?
Akainu.
Akainu again.
Akainu?
This is after his fight with Garp. I said I feel like he wins. My thing is, and I was talking to the people in the call entrance, is I feel like the reason he wins is because now we already know Akainu is like that. Like nobody said he's not like that. But my reason is because I feel like that fight with Garp with Aokiji that he had, not saying that Akainu isn't already, like, he was already ahead of him, but Akainu didn't have a fight to where he had to actually, like, output as much Haki as his Aokiji had to do. Because if Aokiji didn't output some Haki or, like, just absolutely go bonkers, he would have got folded. Like he was going to get folded by Garp. So I feel like with that fight, he blossomed. And I feel like now when he sees when he sees Akainu, if they ran it back, I feel like there's a little bit more of the will. I think he gains a little bit more will within him. And I think he pulls it off extreme dip. Now, I had a lot of pushback on it saying, he was already better before Akainu. Everybody runs from Akainu, but I remember your Haki blossoms through tough fights. And we all saw that Garp versus Aokiji fight. My opinion, Garp was giving out hands for days. So, like, not for days technically, but you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to hear y'all's take on that.
I think you bugging, bro.
Yeah.
Larry.
I disagree, man. I don't think he would beat Akainu now. And as far as whether his Haki blossomed in the fight with Garp, I might be in the minority here. I don't think Garp or him went all out enough for a Haki blossom to be generated.
Well, I agree.
Here's the thing, though. Here's why. I just feel like even if it's not, I'm not saying that it was in the blossom of as much as like a Luffy, like a big top blossom, as in like the Luffy blossom, like just like learning another type of Haki, like Rio and stuff like that, like another, like an advancement or something. I'm like just something that puts him above Akainu, like just a smidge. Even if it's just like, he kind of just like, I don't know, after the fight with Garp, he kind of gets a little bit of more like a willpower. Like his will just kind of builds up more, like, because we all know he didn't really want to, in my opinion, he didn't really want to do that to Garp. But that's just me personally. But I just feel like in my gut that he could take it. I feel like he got a little bit of the power of enough that he could take Akainu extreme diff. And when I mean extreme diff, I mean like extreme diff.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah. I just disagree, bro. I've always had Akainu as top 1 admiral, so it's like he'd have to already like. And not only that, like the dude lost a limb in that fight, right?
Yeah,
so
like, but does that make him weak?
Probably.
I mean,
like he's not a Conqueror's Haki user. He's not Shanks, right? Like losing a limb typically makes you weaker, bro. I'm gonna just be real with you. That's kind of how it is.
Yeah, but like, what about Akainu, bro? Like, I think he got touched up at that fight too. You know what I'm saying?
He got scars. His limbs all intact. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. It seems like y'all not giving Aokiji any. That I feel like the.
Put it it's one of these situations. Trent, it's one of these situations. The burden of proof is on the state. The 2 people fought already and one person won, right? So if that's where we're going, that's the benchmark where we have for these 2 characters. Whether it was extremely difficult, whether it was 10 days or not, they fought and one person was the victor, right? So then it becomes the burden of proof is then on the loser to show that they've grown enough that they could win that fight if they rematched. And I'm not of the belief that what I've seen from Aokiji tells me that. I'm sorry. Like I know he's boxing with Garp for a little bit there, but what I saw at Hachinosu didn't tell me that he could defeat Akainu. Even if I think he got stronger after that fight, there's nothing there that tells me like, yo, you're gonna win this fight now. The only thing I might give you and I already disagree with this because of how I think Aokiji's mental state was in the fight. That was the most locked in he's probably ever been because his entire Marine career was on the line. It was, I've been trying to grow so that I could be the one making the decisions. And now the person that I 100% will not allow to make those decisions for me is in my way. So it's the most motivated he's ever been to win a fight, and he still lost it. So it's like, I don't know where we're getting the Blossom. And again, I love Aokiji. He's one of my favorite characters. I just don't know where we're getting he got a boost in Haki here that's going to put him over Akainu. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like if you fight someone, it doesn't matter of how old he was. Like the fight would, even though I'm not going to change y'all's mind. I just want to put my 2 cents out there. I feel like that Gart fight did a little bit more for him, but then again, after that Gart fight, we still haven't heard. So like, it's hard to judge it just by that. I do want to see another fight. I feel like it'd be better for me to judge it off of see if his Haki blossom after another fight with someone after the Gart fight. So it's really hard to be able to defend this case without having more evidence than I've had. But I felt like it should just be a little bit more. I feel like he's not getting a lot of. When I said that, I felt like people just shook it away way too quick. When I felt like he had a legitimately good chance, and I know Larry's over there probably rolling his eyes, even though I have my phone in my pocket. But I feel like he has a chance that people are not giving. Because it's all you need is that one small. I feel like, I mean, as much as they were close, like you think, like maybe just that one little power up for him.
Okay.
That one little thing puts him over the top. You know. Next thing you know, not saying he may win the fight, but will he be able to walk after? Doubt it. But like he won the fight though. That's my thing. I feel like he's not getting. I feel like it would be one of those fights to where in your anime, like this is the fight that comes down to it all. Like this would be his end-all fight that he would have that I probably would send him out with, in my opinion.
Okay.
If that's type of fight it would be. Oh, he finally gets his get back on Akainu, and but at what cost? And he finally got the give back. Now he's basically a bum because he can't move and walk and all that shit. But yeah, that was just my opinion. Larry, I could tell you haven't said a whole thing since I've literally just been talking to Seb, so I could tell you were not interested in this at all.
No, Seb said everything that I was going to say, to be honest. Like, everything. Like, I didn't have anything else to input. He thinks the same way I do on it.
Yeah, we be locked in sometimes. We be.
Yes.
It happens.
Yeah, I know. I can barely tell.
Trent, have a good night, man.
Have a good one, bro.
Again, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Yeah, work safely.
Thank you, bro.
All right, I will. I'll try.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, we did get another 5 from Josie Dirts. It says, theory. Blackbeard and Eris escape God Valley via Kuma, but Eris is still caught later on, and she is Mosa, speaking to Loki, explaining how he knows so much about God Valley in detail.
I don't know about that, dog.
I mean, it would explain the knowledge Loki seems to have here, but I've never been under the impression that Loki's telling the whole story like that. You know what I'm saying? In detail, but maybe he is. It's interesting. No, I haven't seen anybody say that one. That'd be pretty cool if Eris is alive still to this day. That'd be pretty cool. All right. let's get Diamond in here. Diamond, you there?
Yo, hello.
How's it going, man?
It's going good. Can I give my spot to the other guy? Seems like it'll be his first time, and I figured, I'm already gone.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right. Levi, are you there? Levi. King D Levi? Levi, are you there?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, man. Make sure you mute us in the background.
Okay.
How's it going, man?
Hi, I'm just trying to figure out how to mute you in the background. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. What's going on here?
Are you on your phone? Are you on a laptop? Like, what's up?
I'm on my phone.
I mean, just exit out of the stream, I guess.
Hi, I'm just trying to figure out how to mute you in the background. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. What's going on here?
Are you on your phone? Are you on a laptop? Levi, I need you to log in, bro.
Hey, I'm just gonna try to figure this out later. I'll just come back next week.
Are you sure? Listen, you can close out of the stream and just talk to us straight up. Like it doesn't.
Okay, I'll close out then.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just gonna try to figure this out later.
Ah, man. I think Levi quit on us, man.
Yeah, he gave up.
I blame Diamond, bro. All right. I do kind of have a hard stop at 8. So, Larry, I'm down to call it if you are.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, man. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun. If you guys want to have the option to participate and be a guaranteed caller, make sure that you become a Warlord or higher tiered member on the Discord. I know we were able to fix the PayPal paywall that we had going on there for a little bit. So going forward, anybody should be able to use any form of payment to be a monthly tiered server member. We love these streams. It lets us hear theories from you guys. We can rarely ever get the calls on our main channel stream. So we're trying to make these as consistent as possible. And they're a lot of fun. I know I enjoy them. I know Larry enjoys them. But that's it from us tonight, guys. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to be coming back with another DDT. So the Nakama and Barry tier members or server boosters are able to participate in those as well. But yeah, should be back. Larry, what time do we want to go for tomorrow?
Whatever time you want to go. Just, you know.
It'll probably be like 5:30. But everyone have a good night.